But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
Oops, you almost hit yourself in the chin there.
I pulled my mic right out of my mic holder.
Holy mother
There.
of God.
There.
Holy mother of God.
Hey there. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Bon voyage, bon voyage. Wipe your card off, wipe your card. I can't get enough of him.
He rolls.
He does.
Are you smelling like Shaq today? Getting ready for the big Shaq interview?
I did put on a dab of his deodorant.
I'm smelling like Shaq today. You smelling like Shaq today, Jimmy?
I have been every day this week.
I'm smelling like him after a game when he used to play.
Boy.
That's like the bottom of his ball bag.
Imagine that's what it actually smells like.
All dovish.
You're going to love my son. Really?
Just basketball sweat.
Are we Shaq?
Smells like Kobe's ass.
Oh.
Or does it smell like Shaq's ass?
Shaq's sweaty ass.
So you can smell what Kobe smelled?
Yeah.
When Kobe had to taste his ass?
Taste.
What was the line? What, Sam?
Tell me how my ass tastes.
All right, right on.
Are you just saying that, or are you actually telling the line?
I just wanted you to say that.
Yeah.
Now they're going to isolate it and make you look stupid.
That doesn't make me look stupid.
Yeah,
That's like
it
an
does.
insult. Tell me how my ass tastes.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, that's
You're
not,
adding it.
It's not me looking stupid. That's what Shaq said.
Oh, we'll just assume it's a guy that's licking your ass, though.
You can assume whatever you want. I don't know what gets you
For
off.
some reason, that's not good, right?
The show just starts, and I got a jacker in the room.
Jacker?
Get the fuck out of here, you friggin' asshole.
You're always sexy when the show starts.
I know.
I don't blame him.
Exactly. Assholes. Good morning, everybody. Wow.
Good morning.
What a night, Opie. What a night.
Yeah.
A gala event that rivaled the Academy Awards, the Grammys, the Tonys. Any other awards I'm missing out on? The Razzies. The Golden Globes.
What's some of those other awards we got?
Independent spirit.
BET. Sauce.
So what are you talking about?
Scream Awards.
Of course, Opie, I'm talking about the culmination, the grand finale after all these months of the Shorty Awards that, of course, you know, a few people in this very room were nominated for.
All right, you don't have to rub it in. I wasn't nominated.
Well, we were big nominees.
Yes,
It
big
was a
stars.
big night.
Who was nominated?
Well,
Anthony Cumia?
Sam Roberts
In the radio category?
of the shit show, as
Right.
it is called.
No, it's not.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Was nominated for radio, for the category of radio.
How are you nominated for radio and we weren't?
He does a lot of shows.
And you guys gave up on the industry.
It's about quantity, not quality of the show, Opie. That's what Sam's really going for. Look, it's not very good, but I do a lot of them.
So many of them.
Yeah.
Why didn't we go for the radio category? For shits and giggles.
We should have. We probably would have lost that, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, of course, our own adorable Jimmy Norton.
Yay! Oh, wait, that's me. I can't cheer as loud as I
You
Yay!
can cheer for yourself.
Yeah,
you ever
you
see
can.
when they say give yourself a hand? Jimmy Norton nominated in the category of comedian, which I think is very appropriate. Man has done comedy for years, honed his craft. He's
21
very good.
years. Almost 22.
Wow, damn.
Very funny gentleman, as we have seen. And, of course, your own Anthony Cumia here, nominated in the category of Best Web Show, which I do from my own basement with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. And
in a better studio than we're in now.
yes, exactly.
What
In a
the
better
hell was
studio
that?
than we are in right at this moment.
That's true.
But when I sat down, I went to the Shorty Awards and sat down, cut to the chase here. I'll give you some of the details. But we all lost.
What?
Yes.
That's impossible.
Jimmy Norton lost for comedian.
What?
Against some fucking idiot. I had no clue who he was.
Well, Jim Norton knew he would lose at comedian. Jim Norton called it and refused to go to the Shorty Awards. Because of
they
that.
tried to bamboozle you.
Yeah, they did. And,
Yes. Because they also bamboozled. They actually did bamboozle the Hippo Juice people. Hippo Juice people, we know they're from down in Florida and stuff.
Did
They're
they send them
cool
a bullshit
people.
email?
They did. They sent them a bullshit email, and they flew up from Florida.
Yeah, it's
for the bullshit.
What's the bullshit email?
I'm going to read it to you.
Bullshit email, Opie. It's the bullshit email.
Who did you sit with? Because no one went with you.
No, I didn't.
No, you remember it was going to be a big table and it was going to be all of us.
First of all, no tables. Let me. I'll get.
I thought you got a nice table.
Oh no! I'll get into the details
Sam,
of that
did you go?
fucking
No, I didn't show
clusterfuck.
up for it.
Why didn't you show up?
Why
It was
would he?
because it was bullshit. Because I knew
You didn't go either?
Exactly.
Good.
I knew they were
The
gonna.
whole thing is bullshit.
I knew
I
they
knew
were
it was
gonna-
bullshit when I saw E-Rock there.
I knew they were
E-Rock
gonna
go?
Yes, E-Rock.
bullshit the
course he
radio
did.
category because they never sent me an email.
Right.
Hold on. E-Rock went for what reason? Just
I got
do
a free
more
ticket.
brown nosing?
Yeah, to be included.
He's the king of brown nosing, man. He loves to get in there.
E-Rock was sitting in the back like one of the fucking people reviewing it, just looking like, yeah, what the fuck is this horse
E-Rock,
shit?
why would you go to that thing?
On the off chance that Ant actually won, I was
Yeah.
going to record it, but
See, he was actually
Yeah, he's
thinking
doing
the
something
show.
for the show.
Oh, that's
You
very
know what?
nice.
He was thinking the show. And how could
You're
you,
a good boy,
how could you
E-Rock.
fault him on that?
I
If
forgot
not
we,
talented.
I forgot we used to do things for the show.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
But no tables or anything. This was held.
No tables.
This was held in a place that was pretty much a movie theater.
Where was it?
It looked like a movie theater. The Times Center.
I don't even know that place.
Yeah, on 41st and 8th, around there. Yeah, and it was set up like a movie theater with movie theater chairs. Pardon me, excuse me, when you go into rows. And
That's
you
how you
sit
had to
down and
sit?
watch it like that. What award show fucking does it like that? You get a place with a stage and then a floor at like a banquet hall, tables and shit like that, where you're sitting with people and chatting.
Maybe a bar area so you could get a cocktail.
There was a bar area downstairs. You weren't allowed to bring drinks into the event.
Yuck.
I'm out in front in the door by the door, and the guy goes, "You can't bring that in." And now, like a piece of shit, which I am, I'm chugging my beer outside the door before I could go in.
That's too bad.
It stunk, and the production was that of a high school play. It's terrible.
Would you have said all this if you won the award?
No, I'd be like, I am honored for. No, it was just
This
it
whole
was
Shorty Awards thing looked very suspicious from the
very
get-go.
suspicious. It was wearing a hoodie, Opie.
It was.
very suspicious.
Oh, boy.
Yes,
Can I, you want to know the bullshit email I got?
yes. Please, Jimmy.
I'll tell you, I'll even tell you who it's from. It's Loria D. Ocampo. I
Oh,
guess
shit, I know her.
She works for them.
No, I do.
Who
Okay, here's the email I
This
got
chick
from...
I know.
Hold on.
She does things.
does things?
What, Sam? I know her.
Nondescript.
Things.
Well, you know, maybe she doesn't want me blurting out. her
I'll give her
life
name out.
story.
She sent me a. She sent me this email. So
She's the one that sent the email.
I'm trying to find the original one she sent.
Bullshit email.
I just had them in this fucking stupid Gmail.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy, not the G.
Harder to find than the G spot. Yeah.
No, it's not. I never found that.
Oh,
Speaking of the G spot, can I go off road for a second?
let her rip.
I was tooling around on my bike and know whose fucking face popped in my head?
Who?
G spot. Think G spot. This, you know what? We don't have to
no
play
idea.
a game today. Laura Korn.
Oh God.
And I'm thinking, holy fuck! I bet you all the new rules on regular radio just destroyed her dumb,
Killed her
sex
fucking
book
career. Where she'd come on and talk about fucking clits and orgasms
and the
fucking-
G spot and the come hither
G-spot
to
and-
find the G
You
spot.
take your two fingers and put it in.
Right.
And then just do it. Come hither. All right. What is she, fucking 90 now?
Well, we haven't heard from her in years, so I
Oh,
think
boy.
regular radio knocked her out. Remember the ice cubes in the mouth to
Yeah.
make the oral better, and then you put some hot tea in your mouth, and then you switch off. And I guess the girls are supposed to love that.
I hope she didn't have to get a bladder sling. Fucking prolapse organ things.
What was the other one you
Where
talked about the other
all
day?
women's shit falls out of their vagina.
What was the other one? The netting?
The vagina, yeah, the uterine net. The uterine net,
Oh,
where it
good
holds your
God.
fucking uterus in.
Oh, good God.
She had so many children, her uterus fell out. That one killed me the first time
It's
I heard
hilarious.
it. Killed
Good.
me.
Yeah.
Here's my email trail
Yes.
Yeah.
from Loria. Congratulations on being a finalist for the 4th Annual Shorty Awards. We would love to have you at the ceremony on Monday, 3/26 at the Times Center in New York City. I wanted to let you know that tickets are now available at shorty4eventbrite.com at an early bird discount until Friday, the 2nd of March. This is a couple months, less than a month ago. Warmly, Loria.
Warmly.
So I wrote back, are you implying I would be paying for a ticket to attend the Shorty Awards? She writes back, hi, Jim, yes. We would love to be able to comp all finalists, but since we're a small team with a limited budget, we rely on ticket revenue to produce the show. We'd love for you to attend so you could accept your award in person if you win. But if you can't attend for whatever reason, would you be interested in making a short, few seconds video in which we could have ready to play at the show? Let me know what you think. Thanks, Loria. And I wrote back...
Fuck you, Loria.
No, I just wrote, no, thank you. Give it to one of the other guys.
Oh,
that
man.
was my email with her. So she writes back...
Don't worry, we did.
That's what she should have wrote if she was honest.
Yeah. Loria.
Oh, wait. Oh, where is it?
Oh, Jimmy.
I can't do this.
Oh, it's okay. Don't panic now. You're okay. Here we go.
Yeah, hi, Jim. Yes, and I said, no, thank you. Give it to another guy. Because this fucking Gmail copies and saves everything. Hold on.
Some people like that feature. I don't know why.
It annoys me because now I'm opening 3 of these.
Ooh. Jimmy's fingers are working magic on the screen, though. He's letting his fingers do the walking through his iPhone.
Sorry, guys. Okay, here it is. God damn it.
I love this. Here it is.
Here's what she was. She writes, hi, Jim. We have received strong hints that your account at Jim Norton might be the winner of Comedian. Please keep the information confidential. I know you mentioned you would not be able to make it. Could you please send a video, a few seconds, accepting your award? The audience would be thrilled to hear from you. Thanks.
You liar.
So
now you're thinking, holy fuck, I'm going to win this thing.
Well,
That sounds like...
that's I'm going to win this
thing. You won.
thing.
I can't say it, but look, you won.
You won, and we don't want you fucking blowing up the awards now.
But she
so
didn't
at least
technically
give us a
lie.
fucking video.
She didn't technically lie because she said we have received strong hints. That's not... She said that...
Yeah, that was just leading you
We
along,
know
obviously.
that's misleading, but I know she's not technically lying. So I sent the video. I'm like, I'm not going to be a total scumbag. I'm not going to go, but I sent a 10-second video.
Right.
Or whatever, and then she offered to comp me, and I refused. I just didn't get back to her.
Good man.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't.
So maybe they yanked the award from you.
No, I wouldn't. If that cost you the award, then I didn't deserve it anyway.
Right.
You deserved it.
And then she said, I made a video. It's short, but I don't know how to get it to you. And then what was her last one? It was something about her offering me the free
the comp. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it here, but she offers me. She's like, "Would you be if we could comp you a ticket? If we could get you a ticket, would you be interested in coming?" And I just knew that there's something so bullshit about it that I didn't go. And but I heard the guy who won is a nice dude. The guy Matty, I've met him before.
Did they get your video?
No idea.
I'm sure they did. I tried to post it on Facebook, but it wouldn't post my acceptance speech.
Oh boy!
So who won in the comedy?
This
category?
guy Matty.
Do you know the guy?
He's a newer comedian, but he Twittered me and said we met at the Friars Club, and he was a nice guy. So I got no issue with him.
Right.
Good for him. My issue is not with the other people.
No.
It should have went to the guy who had the most votes.
Exactly.
That's literally Anthony would have gotten
That
it,
should have
and
happened.
somebody else would have gotten the comedy.
Well, then they wouldn't get those other guys buying tickets for the Shorty Awards.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so I really am resentful of that. That's what annoys me more than anything is this woman sending me these. I'll tell you who she is.
Very misleading.
Maybe somebody knows who she is. Laurea, LAUREA DEOCAMPO @gmail.com. Laurea DeCampo. Maybe somebody knows her. I'm sure she's legit.
It just sounds very misleading.
Yeah, I felt that was a little bit
If anybody
misleading, that email.
Anyone reading between the lines would say, "Okay, I won," but they can't say I won. But that's like as
of
close
course.
as they can come to saying it. And,
A lot of award shows do just that.
Yeah.
And that's why, they get the big celebrities to go there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they already know ahead of time they're winning the award.
Right.
They don't do it for the Oscars and the real big ones.
No, they do it for the shitty awards.
The little, yeah.
Well, Yeah, Jimmy.
So you got
didn't
there.
win.
It's a theater.
It's
No
a
beer.
Theater. But you got to go downstairs for drinks.
Yeah.
Which is a pain in the ass, and they didn't allow him inside the venue.
Stupid.
And then it was just a cavalcade of, I mean, of course, it's going to sound like sour grapes here, but really, it is a social media computer thingy. Dorks.
They're in their own. They're in their own little world.
Fucking dorks.
Why would you try to get into that world?
I was caught up in
We
the
don't belong
moment.
in that world.
I was caught up in the moment of adulation and people and you know, oh yeah,
You were in a room where people were too hip for the room, sir.
too hip for the room and too dorky.
And too
It's
dorky
like,
at the same time? But they thought they were too hip for the room, I bet.
one
you.
guy even acknowledged, he goes, oh, well, I guess I'm not the, goes, oh, another guy wearing a sports jacket and horn-rimmed glasses. And it was that whole thing going on.
The people who run the Shorty, I think, are absolute douches. And why don't you just go with who has the most votes? That, to me, is the
Like
fair
Opie
way to
said,
do it.
then only those people would show up. They want to get people showing up.
And it's also not fair because someone with a huge fan base could, squeeze out the award, and maybe their stuff isn't up to par with other people.
The seats weren't even full, by the way.
Good.
And the crowd was so lackluster, like they could give a shit about anything that was going on in there, and rightly so. There really wasn't anything.
Did you dress
going
for it?
on in there? No, I dressed like this. I just dressed like me.
He dressed.
No, I swear.
But now he's embarrassed, so he doesn't want. He doesn't want to tell us he was in a
Ask E-Rock.
$2,000 suit.
Ask E-Rock.
I'm fucking with you.
E-Rock, what was he wearing?
$2,000 suit.
Armani.
Besides for me,
Armani.
he was probably the second worst dressed person there.
But this is what, and I knew E-Rock would say something like that, but why wouldn't you just say
Go with
he
the
was wearing
Armani
a
bit.
suit? Like, why wouldn't you just
Of course
say
he didn't fucking dress
he
nice
was
for
wearing
this.
a tuxedo?
He's yes, exactly. It was a tux. I was wearing a tux T-shirt. Hilarious. Everyone was laughing.
Oh, yeah.
So, was there real celebrities there?
No.
On the stage?
No, Tiffany Amber Thiessen was the big
not
one.
saying you're not a real celebrity, but you know
No,
what I
I
mean.
wasn't.
Were there other
I
celebrities
never
there?
got on the stage. No. Nope. No.
Who's the biggest celebrity there?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen and Mayor Bloomberg.
Why was Bloomberg there?
Well, he.
Well, it is the Shorty Awards.
Coincidentally enough, he won the award for mayor in
Foursquare.
Foursquare.
Biggest nudge?
What?
You know Foursquare, where you at a location a lot
you
of
get to
times
be
you
the
become mayor.
So they got the real mayor?
So he's the mayor
of Foursquare?
Foursquare, and he won.
Well, that's kind of clever, I think.
And he was there. What a coincidence.
That's kind of clever.
So he was there. He gave a little speech, and
Is she still hot, by the way?
no. No.
What do you mean, no?
Who, the mayor?
No.
Oh, so you meant Her Honor.
She's not hot anymore?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen?
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
Come
How
on.
old is that
She had
picture?
a flat, fat ass.
No.
And a wide back.
Look what we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
That girl's
What year is that?
long gone?
Gone.
Who is she?
Gone. She was on, like, shows.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. She was one of the Saved
Years
by the
ago.
Bell broads.
Kelly Kapowski.
And she did some other things, but Saved by the Bell is the biggie.
Yeah,
And
well,
she was really sexy, man.
It's over, Johnny.
And she was in all those magazines, men's magazines, and little panty shots and stuff.
Well, you're not going to... no.
Wow, she doesn't look like that.
No. The hotties of the evening were Miss USA and Miss Teen USA.
Teen
they
USA a
were
little
there.
hotter for you?
Both of them were really hot.
But Teen USA?
No, they were both equally hot. I swear.
Equally hot.
Because they were probably 3 years apart. Or 2 years apart. Like
An 18-year-old
Miss
and a
USA was
21-year-old?
probably 21, and
Okay.
Miss Teen USA was probably 19.
Fair enough.
So, but they come out and they have their little sashes on and they're looking all hot and shit. And then everyone was just bombing up there at the podium, and the audience, wasn't giving anything anyway. So it was very quiet. And during lulls in conversation, I felt bad for Miss USA because all she was doing was like sniffling right into a hot mic during no conversation. I was hearing was.
Well, the pollen count is really bad.
It was. I
The
felt
pollen
really
count's
bad.
really bad right now.
And some of the audience members noticed and started chuckling. And I was like, why would people laugh at a girl that's got allergic problems or a cold and is sniffling into a microphone?
Or she might be getting the pure stuff.
Well, I don't know. I think it's
We
just a
don't
cold.
know. I think it might be pollen.
Exactly.
Hot, though, huh?
Yeah, very slender and very energetic out
Really?
there. Oh, yeah. A lot of energy, high energy, very skinny.
Did she look like she had
and,
slept?
No, she looked like she could have partied all night.
This girl. Wow.
I don't know. She looked like she had. No, I don't think that's her.
Not her. Hey,
Why don't you put the year in?
So who won in your category?
Well, in
Was it
my
Zach?
no,
Good old Zach Ryder?
No, it wasn't Zach. It wasn't Red Band from Rogan's.
It wasn't Red Band either.
No.
What about
Was
the
he
Hippo?
nominated too?
What about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hippo Juice people?
No. They were there, but they
What
didn't
about,
win.
Wait, they were there. They're from Florida.
Yeah, they got that letter that you got,
They got the same letter?
And they flew up.
and they went for the bamboozlement.
Did this woman send out the same fucking letter?
Yes. If you hadn't bought tickets to the Shorty Awards, they sent you fucking that letter.
You fucking make me sick. This because she was the event planner, so I guess
Yeah.
it was on her to get people there.
Yep.
How
course.
fucking repulsive.
They should just get
So-
sponsors and fly people in.
How
and
repulsive.
make sure the people that are up for the awards don't have to pay for their tickets.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
it right. So who won?
It's the only
then?
people that were going.
Was it
There's no
awkward?
one else there that isn't nominated.
Was it awkward black girl?
Yes. Awkward Black Girl. She does a
She won
show.
the best web show over Anthony Cumia.
She won Best Web Show.
Wow.
Now-
Why?
Well, you know what?
Can you be honest?
I'll be completely honest.
Does she do a better web show than you?
Well, it's not my cup of tea.
Fair enough.
But from what I saw, it's produced very well.
Mm-hmm.
She does these, I guess, 5-6 minute clips. It's her at work or at home, and it's in a sitcom style.
Can we play one?
with where she is? I don't know how it translates, but where she does like a narrative, and then there's a lot of actors. There's a cast of characters and production value as far as camera work goes and things like that. So I don't mind that she won. It doesn't bother me. Obviously they put a lot of work into that. I just go into my basement and drink and talk about things. It's not as much work goes into it.
You don't feel like you were cheated?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I really don't. I mean, if anybody deserves it, it's somebody that actually puts work in their
Sure.
product. So I have no problem with that. But yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like the whole thing was kind of nerdy and goofy and PC. They had some, of course, Occupy Wall Street won for like best fucking movement or activist or things like that. And then it's like there's some fucking douche chick bitch gets up there with a sign about the 99%. She just holds it over her head
yuck.
while some little fucking douchebag guy is talking at the podium, and she thinks she's making a statement.
Nice.
And no one cares.
Nice.
I actually went, "Ugh, all right." I was embarrassingly loud, yelling it out.
Yeah.
And then when Mayor Bloomberg was up there,
What'd
this
she win
guy,
for?
Mayor, Foursquare.
Oh, look at this. The
Yeah.
program's
Oh, the
very
program.
nice that E-Rock just
So when the
gave me.
mayor gets up there, this fucking little douchebag that had won for the Occupy goes like, "What? Leave, Mayor 1%, leave." and he's the only one saying anything. And it's uncomfortable. No one's cheering him on. No one's booing him. No one's clapping. It's just quiet and awkward.
What a dick.
He was a dick.
I love
Believe me, I'm no fan of the mayor,
What
of
a
her
dick.
honor. But this guy was such a just shut the fuck up.
Trying so hard, wasn't
to
he?
make a moment.
Trying so hard
Yeah.
to capture a spirit or a moment and flopping.
Stop it.
Oh, it's
You're
great.
not Brando at the Oscars with the Indian girl giving the fucking speech.
It's great that he tried, though. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
he wanted a
Fucking
moment.
Hilarious.
So
The
badly.
activism category, I don't know any of these.
No,
Anonymous,
whatever.
Twit Cause.
Well, Anonymous are those computer.
No, I know the Anonymous. I
Yeah,
shouldn't say
they,
that,
they
but
didn't win.
DWA Classic Alexander or something like that.
I wish Anonymous would fucking take down the Shorty Awards. How nice would that be?
Non-ops, Occupy Wall Street, and someone named C. Shepard.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these causes.
Oh, Carl Shepard was nominated?
C. Shepard.
Yeah, it's Carl.
Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those
Well,
things. It was so douchey.
you lived on the other side for a night, man.
And then
you
there
were
was-
with hipsters and too cool for the room people.
And hipsters and geeks and nerds. This one guy gets up, and he I don't even know what his category was, but he comes up with this little tray of plants that he's starting. You ever see these trays that look like a giant ice cube tray, and in each one is a little soil and a little
Yeah, yeah.
sprout?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he's like, He gave the longest speech of anybody in the night. Your speech is supposed to be 140 characters, sticking with the Twitter thing. And he gave the longest speech, and he was the most boring category. And he just kept going, wow, what's better, McDonald's or School Garden? What's better, French fries or School Garden? And he shows his plants, and everyone's like, shut the fuck up, you nerd.
He was throwing frozen food on the stage.
Yeah, he's trying to, again, make a thing happen, and nothing was...
You were hanging out with nerds, man.
And then the puppet show guys that won. These two fucking...
What's that about?
They were sitting behind me.
What category, Rock, you know?
It was another, I think, YouTube channel or something, maybe, or YouTube something.
Okay.
YouTube show. They were the dorkiest fucking queebs I have ever seen. And they get on stage, and again, they just made everything go too long. They tried it was those chipmunky thing, that puppet up. Yeah. No. It was uncomfortable. Fafa the groundhog.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. It was uncomfortably fucking... Ugh.
Did Justin Bieber win?
Yes.
As far as YouTube star?
Yeah, I think for YouTube star and the Jonas Brothers for band.
But they weren't there?
Oddly enough, not there to accept the awards.
Did they make videos?
The Jonas Brothers did.
Yeah, Justin Bieber
didn't
even know this happened.
They let Nick Jonas talk because he's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that, he's the breakout star of the Jonas Brothers, if you ask me.
He sure is.
Yeah, it's on the Broadway now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But the program looks nice.
Oh, yeah.
They
Well,
spent
that's
a lot
the
of money
money.
on the
That's the
program.
money that was
You paid for this.
That's the money that was shafted from the fucking people that were told they might win.
I want to see the Hippo Juice email. I want to see if it's a form email that I got.
I think it is. They said
I'm
they
sure it
sent a
is.
form email out. Yeah,
I'm sure they
I think
adjusted
it
a
is.
little bit, but I'm sure it is.
We were awkwardly standing out in front of the place in that howling, freezing fuck wind last night, and just commiserating about what horse shit the Shorty Awards are.
It's too bad because it has potential, with the categories and stuff. But they got to do it better, and maybe get some more real people in the categories.
Yeah, the only thing I actually chuckled at was, I guess, the big lifetime achievement, which is ridiculous because it's
4 years old.
new.
Yeah.
Was Ricky Gervais, and he had a taped piece that was really funny.
Nice.
Yeah,
He's funny every time.
Yeah, because it was kind of seemed like The Office. He was talking about how important the award was,
Right.
But he was doing it like
He is funny every fucking time.
yeah, he's fucking great.
Sea Shepherd is anti-whaling. Look up Whale Wars.
Oh, E-Rock. It's- I don't.
I meant to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Did your seat have this covering where they put you?
No.
All right, I
I
started.
didn't have a reserved seat. I actually sat in one of the reserved seats accidentally, and they kicked me out.
You didn't even get a reserved seat
No!
for being nominated?
Nope.
What a shit award show.
Why
It
wouldn't
was
they have
so
the people that
bad.
were nominated and reserved seats up front?
Nope.
So who got the reserved seats?
I don't
Well,
know.
I
Why is my voice
noticed.
getting higher?
Probably the dummies that work for them.
I noticed people that were sitting in these seats with those things over it.
Yeah.
Had their awards before this thing even started, and then they were collected from them right before the ceremony, and then went back on stage to receive the award.
No,
see?
did they?
Yeah, there was a lady sitting next to me.
Oh,
From
they probably
CN
did a photo shoot with
from
them.
CNN.
There's some hijinks going
handed
on.
her stuff back, and then went down to receive her
I
award.
bet you it was a photo shoot or something like that.
People knew that when they won. There were some people that absolutely knew that they were going to come down and win. And
E-Rock, did you enjoy it?
No, it was fucking boring as hell.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Because this seems like it might be something you might get into.
No, this is
geeky,
this is
nerdy.
horrible.
it was
No, even for you.
horrifically boring. It was very boring. The production, like I said, was that of a high school play.
And I felt bad for the Daily Show people that were hosting
Oh,
it.
God.
They were doing a good job, but nobody reacted to anything they were doing.
The guy was very funny.
Who from The Daily Show?
What the hell was it? What's her name?
Samantha Bee and
Samantha
her
B and her husband. What's it? Mr. B.
Jason Jones. I think.
Yeah. He was very funny because he had like a who gives a shit attitude. He was making fun of the dorky
He was
ass
shitting
people.
on Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
he's
he's shitting on like everybody that was coming up and just being dorky.
That sounds like it would be a tough gig
Oh,
to
yeah.
host those.
Talk to a bunch of fucking disgruntled web nerds.
yeah.
Yuck.
And then the last 5 awards they gave out, no one was there to accept them. So they just had to go, well, I guess we'll take this with us. It was all awkward. No one
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Your award show is not catching steam because of the way you do it.
No,
that's why.
Where was Eastside Dave? Was he nominated this year?
I think Eastside Dave.
He didn't
I
try
think there's a
this year.
restraining order against him. He's not allowed,
He's not
to
allowed
attend
to anymore?
after he rushed to the stage when he lost for the weird category to a llama.
But isn't that what the weird guy should be doing?
Well,
is
yeah,
rushing the stage because he didn't win?
exactly.
So wouldn't the shorties appreciate that?
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think, but nope. Nope.
What was going to be your acceptance speech?
Well, I was kind of just going to wing it.
Nice.
I planned on, if I had one, getting up there and completely ragging on the previous 2 or 3 people that had gone up because everybody was just horrible and saying awful, nerdy, geeky, unfunny things. So, I would have goofed on them.
Opie and Anthony, winging it for the last 17 years.
That's it. Wing it.
We've been winging it our whole careers.
Cook it. That's how I roll.
Well, that sounds like an exciting night.
It was so bad. I mean, and the second it was, I had the opportunity to get up and leave.
Right.
I left and just left the place. And it wasn't even like, oh, I didn't win, let me leave. Like there was booze there. There was, and for me, yeah. And I did pay, and I paid for the party room and all that shit. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
Wait, what's the party room?
I don't know. It was downstairs in the basement.
You paid for what?
And an after party, there was a thing.
You paid for that?
Nah, I don't know. I just paid for the premiere package.
Oh my God!
No!
They had premiere package.
Oh,
I don't know what it was.
Look at him.
Jimmy can't look at me.
You really wanted to win.
No, I just wanted.
How much was the premiere package?
I don't know. It was like $110
for the premiere package.
Yeah.
What do you get with the premiere package?
Well, you
certainly
get,
not a good seat.
You get.
You don't get your seat reserved.
Yeah, exactly. What do they give you? A folding chair in the back?
Yeah,
exactly.
If you get the premiere packages, you should have a reserved seat. Sir.
I should have.
Wow.
But
what else you get?
I don't know. I think it's some kind of like the open bar thing.
All right, that's nice.
And access to the
big celebrities,
the big room downstairs.
Yeah,
and
all access pass.
No,
he definitely envisioned walking around the after party with holding his award.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you think that was it?
Of course.
I'd be like,
hobnobbing with the rest of the award winners.
Here I am with my
That's
award.
right.
It'd be a goof for you
Award winner
because
right
everybody
here.
else was a nerd.
No, it would have been great.
But you also had your award.
Right.
I would have had the award,
Whereas-
and I thought it was going to be like tables and people with some beverages. And
Right.
Go, aha, oh, they're announcing. Everybody be
Yeah,
quiet.
you could socialize a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you kept talking about how we're all going to sit at this nice table together.
That's the impression I got from their bullshit fucking way they presented this. It made it sound like it was gonna be tables and
You thought the Golden Globes.
right.
It's literally the worst award show. I'd rather win something at the Nuremberg trials.
It was like a mandatory assembly in high school.
Yes.
It's like you got to leave class, but you had to sit there and hear a lecture.
In the same atmosphere, the seats, it didn't seem like an award show atmosphere.
That's
it
too bad.
Stunk on fucking ice.
Someone's calling bullshit on you, Ed. I don't know why.
Why would someone call bullshit
I think
on
you're
me?
being kind of
Let's
honest
talk
here.
to Don in Tom's
Anthony's
River, New
premiere
Jersey.
package. It gives you everything but a seat and an award.
Yeah.
Don. Is that Don on the phone?
Don from Thames River. What's up?
Hello there, gentlemen. Good morning. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
All right. How am I?
Enough with the pleasantries. Let's go.
What are you calling bullshit on?
I got to call bullshit on it, Ant. I love you, but there's no fucking way your premiere package, your little speech you had ready, you thought you were winning one of those awards. You better come out and admit it.
No, I knew I wasn't going to win.
Sure.
Nah.
I absolutely knew I wasn't going to
You
win.
thought there might be a chance.
No.
Being the top vote getter and all.
Nope.
Because you would have went.
I knew it. No,
I don't think you would have went if you didn't think you had a shot.
I thought I had a shot, but I didn't think I was going to win. That's for sure.
No.
No. Thought it was just going to, if I won, I won, but I wasn't expecting it. That's for sure.
Oh, someone wants to know if they threw in a Patriots Super Bowl championship T-shirt in your premiere package.
Piss off. Piss off.
Can you go to Ricky Gervais's Twitter? He's got his acceptance speech up there.
Oh, he does.
And people saying it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's very good.
Because he knows that it's all bullshit.
Yes.
And I hope this
Yes.
is how you would have handled it, sir.
Oh, Sam Wise.
Anthony was going to take it very serious. I bet it was really an emotional.
I was going to go, I left Dayton, Ohio. And the dream to win a Shorty Award. I'm glad that dream didn't come true.
I think this dream came true.
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with 2 very bad knees.
Very bad knees. What else?
And a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
Oh.
How did that work out, I wonder?
Did he become one?
I wish we knew.
Is he grateful for it?
What happened?
I thank God this dream came true.
Oh, it came true.
Gosh.
Oh, it came true. Oh, it came true. Oh, you got the Gervais video? Poor bastard with his bad knees.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Wow. When I'd heard I'd got a Lifetime Achievement Award, I didn't know whether it was for my brilliant writing and directing or my amazing stand-up and acting or my selfless charity work. But it turns out it's because I've been on Twitter for a couple of months. So, which is even better in a way. It's an award. It's an award like any other award. It's an award like an Oscar or a Nobel Peace Prize. Better, probably.
Better.
Which is good and bad. It's good that I've won this before I die, because a posthumous award is worth fuck all.
Fuck all.
And it's bad that there's no point in carrying on life, because I will never get this same high. Thank you, genuinely, thank you very much. I'm really enjoying being on Twitter. I like arguing with creationists about whether the Earth is 5,000 years old or 4.6 billion. Who knows?
Who knows?
What scientists do.
Scientists do.
So, thank you very much. Have a great evening. And
scientists
cheers. At Ricky Gervais. Follow me. Or not. Thank you. Cheers.
Great, man.
Fucking A, that's
He's
great.
a funny dude, man.
Yeah.
That is great. Good for him.
Or not.
All right.
Scientists do.
So he goes, who knows? Scientists do. 5,000 years old or 4.5 billion. And then he just throws his arms up like, whatever. Hilarious.
All right, you sounded like you had an all right night.
Well,
overall,
sounds hideous.
You experienced something different.
It was awful. I felt like I was stuck there.
Yeah. I knew the moment you lost because your Twitter said, fuck the Shorty Awards.
Right. Yes, that was my code word.
I'm like, okay, he found out right there.
That was my code word for I lost. Very subtle.
Right. Fuck the Shorty Awards.
Fuck the Shorty Awards. I hate them. Well, I want to just give a blanket apology to the listeners and fans that I pressured so much to vote for me when the votes amounted to naught. I shan't fall for anything like this again. Mm-hmm. I will not go to the Shorty Awards. I will not try to get nominated again, and that's it for the Shorty Awards. Iraq? Yes,
one other thing, when I was looking through the program, and I saw your name and I found Jimmy in comedy. So I was like, well, let me see the radio category, and it's not in the program.
Yeah.
So I asked somebody there, I'm like, so what about radio and a few of these other things? Well, they're not considered official categories, so there was no award presented to them.
So, oh, my God.
Just the ones that are in the program there were the official categories.
So who won in radio, by the way?
I don't know.
No one.
What do you mean no one?
I guess they just it wasn't a real category.
Right, even though they put it on the website, it's not like it was created.
Oh. It wasn't a category that their panel voted on.
So you wasted all that time and it's not an official award.
There's no award.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's ridiculous.
Right. Good for the Shorty Awards.
I am officially going to block the Shorty Awards.
I did the same
on
thing.
Twitter.
I did the same thing.
And everyone else should.
I suggest everybody, it's at Shorty Awards. You just block them.
I'm blocking the Shorty Awards.
Yes. Yes.
All right, we got Shaq coming in today, and Aziz is coming in today. Very fucking cool, man.
The Shaq.
The Shaq.
Do they know each other? I've heard they do. And then
Rumor has it they do, yeah.
Shaq is what, 7'1"?
7'2".
He might be 7'2".
But he's going to be another one.
Or 7'1". He's 7'1".
Well,
when they walk down the hall, it looks so weird. They're so fucking
But the
big.
difference with Shaq, he's also very wide.
Yes.
He's a big dude, man.
Usually when you're over 7 foot, you're pretty slim in general. You know what I mean? But Shaq is just he's just a mess.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're very excited to meet.
He's built
Shaq.
like a defensive end. Like, to be 7 foot and to be as broad-shouldered as he... Like, Kareem is a muscular guy, but he's slim.
And he got up and down that court easily for his size. All right, we're going to talk about pussy-ass crackers next.
Ah, yeah.
Pussy-ass crackers. Mm-hmm. And other things.
Tell me how my ass tastes.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show.
God needs strangers, one more. Believe me, this chick's no sense. But I really get her going. And then I give out my big 10-inch. Red band that plays the blues. Well, band that plays the blues. She just loved my big 10-inch. Record of her favorite blues.
Getting topical.
Hold up, wait a minute.
With the Sex Man.
Good morning, sexy.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
I don't think any girl really loves the big 10-inch.
You don't think that
probably hurts?
They don't like the big 10-inch?
I'm sure there are a few that do, but I think your average girl probably very frightened of the big 10-inch. I would think. Just saying. Maybe I'm wrong, ladies, but probably would hurt. Probably would bottom out. Probably don't need all that.
You don't got a 10-incher?
No, I do not have 10 inches. So, Jesus.
That goes, yeah, right.
That's hilarious.
I don't know, the famous day where I heard the ooh from the back of the van. I just assumed you must have had the 10-incher.
They were drunk.
What are we doing with this 10-inch shit? We're getting topical with E-Rock. And I don't fucking know, man. Oh.
Can't figure it out?
You got it?
Yeah, Santorum's got a giant cock.
Oh.
That's what it's about, right?
Half right.
Oh.
Well, good for fucking Santorum.
Oh, I thought that was it. Shit.
I don't know. I mean, what are you doing? Let's go.
Well, going with the big giant cock thing, Milton Berle died 10 years ago.
Ah, very good.
See?
See?
That is...
Oh, my God. Almost a stand and go.
It took a year, but...
See what you did there?
That's good.
Very good, because legendary.
Uncle Milty.
10 years
With
ago
the
at the age of
giant
93.
Big
10 years ago already. Fuck.
Giant cock. Milton Berle.
God, look at E-Rock's all happy in there.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy that, because he'll be fucking up soon.
That'll go away in minutes.
Already did.
Huh?
Already did.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Will you take my Shaquille picture?
Of course.
Thank you. I have a certain way I need it done.
Really? With him, with his dick in your ass?
No, but I need it just me and him with like a full length head to toe.
Of course.
Because I want to put it on my wall next to my Kareem photo of the same way.
Oh,
I'm wearing
cool.
the same clothes I had my Kareem photo.
Oh, shit.
Because I think it'd be cool to have like these two great Lakers centers, but it's got to be our feet all the way to our head so I can mock the other one.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
what about Tiny? You didn't get Tiny on your wall? Tiny Sturgis?
I wouldn't put him up.
The Harlem Globetrotter that was, what, 7'8"?
We got Dr. J and also Clyde Frazier, some cool ones. I should get them all head to toe, but it's like I'm not going to be obsessive, but this guy I like.
We'll probably have to do it outside the studio, but yeah, that's fine.
All right. Hey, Tebow came to town, did his press conference yesterday.
Why wasn't I told? Oh.
What happened? And it was a big deal, I guess, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he was officially introduced as a Jet.
He gave his press conference, I guess, yesterday.
This is leading to something cool, by the way, if you don't like sports. Because we noticed that he said a certain word a lot.
Oh, really?
So we got a montage.
Well, Eastside Dave tweeted yesterday. He was tweeting a lot from because he was watching the press conference and then tweeting his little things.
He's a Giants fan, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
He said he was very surprised, a huge surprise at the Tim Tebow press conference. He said, "I love abortions." He yelled out, "I love abortions!" But that's what Eastside Dave was doing. He was posting these ridiculous things that obviously didn't happen. I love Dave.
He was trying to tweet what he thought he was.
Yeah. It's
he
like,
heard
wow,
Tebow
what a
say.
surprise! Tebow said, "I love abortions." And then talking about his dick and stuff. It was classic.
That's the
Dave
angle.
McDonald, and I love Eastside.
That was
Dave.
the perfect angle to take with his
Fucking
horse shit.
hilarious guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't love abortions.
Oh, I know, Jim.
Tim Tebow says Rex Ryan is why he preferred New York over Jacksonville.
Really?
Yeah. He turned down Jacksonville, his hometown.
Of course he's going to say that.
Tebow didn't mention Jesus until 17 minutes into his 32-minute press conference.
He gave a 32-minute fucking press conference?
I was like, Q&A. And then these idiots can't let this stupid guy go because they want to be heard with their dumb question. That's why, really. Only said Lord and Savior twice and mentioned God once at the end as he left.
Wow.
But he did this a lot.
So excited about being a Jet. So excited about it. And I'm very, very excited about it. I was really excited. I'm excited. I was excited about it, and that would be exciting for me. And so I'm excited to be a Jet, and I'm excited to be here. And I'm excited. Exciting thing. It's just exciting, and I'm excied about the opportunity. He was excited, and he was excited about working with me, and I'm excited about working. Excited about that. I'm excited about. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about him, and I'm excited about. I'm excited about the opportunity, and I'm excited about my future. How exciting it is. I'm excited to be a Jet. Excites me. I'm excited, and that was exciting. Just excited that I'm getting power. And I'm excited about it. It would have been exciting. This is exciting, and it's exciting for me. I'm pretty excited. So, I'm excited, and I'm excited to be on this football team, and excited to have. And that's exciting. I'm excited about being a Jet, and excited about the support. And I'm excited about being a Jet. I'm just excited I'm excited about it. And, all right, thank you all. God bless.
Why do they keep playing the same clip over and over?
Yeah.
How many times?
I don't know. That was like
it was written
45 times or something. Wow. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me.
That's
Said
crazy.
a lot, obviously. Fucking Tebow. I don't know if Sanchez is excited. Sanchez basically saying he's not worried. He's the man. And Sanchez is saying, I'm the man.
Well, he's got to, claim his territory, spray that tree, as the Tigers do.
He's shitting his pants right now.
You think? Is that how he claims his territory? Marks his territory by shitting
his pants.
Yeah.
Because that first home game, they're going to be chanting Tebow. No matter what Sanchez does.
Tebow.
No matter what.
Yeah.
They might calm down if Sanchez completes a nice pass right away.
He's going to have to go above and beyond to keep the fans off his back.
But what if him make a touchdown?
Oh, then they'll shut up, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
45 times.
45 exciteds.
I hope I look good on TV tomorrow morning.
Don Imus and Jim Norton tomorrow morning.
Yes. Damn.
How'd you know?
Pretty cool.
Kenny tells everybody.
Loudmouth.
Fucking Kenny told everyone.
Oh, okay. Because I was good.
You get to spill the beans? Busybody, exactly.
Well, it's just weird how he does things. I wasn't even sitting in his car, and he told me because I think he just had the news all night and had to tell somebody. And of course, we're excited for you.
No, I'm just happy to do it because I've never done Imus.
You'll have a good time with Imus.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna bomb.
No, no, not at all. I'm still embarrassed from yesterday.
Why? What happened?
Oh, I told you guys in the car about the...
Oh, God. When I read that, I'm just like,
What?
Read it? I told you in person.
Well, reading it is a different thing, because then you see other people's reactions, and they're like,
Wait, what?
What?
You were howling. You were laughing so
But what
hard
we... Oh, okay. I just didn't know what you meant.
After yesterday's show, after the Donald Sutherland interview, we were all feeling good and all. And I got in the elevator by myself. I lost you guys, and I decided, wow, man. That went so well.
Yeah.
And then I decided to go for a pick.
Oh, boy.
A deep pick. I was in the elevator. It's a long ride
No
down the
pick.
lobby. Decided to go for a nice pick.
Yeah.
Thinking about the Donald Sutherland interview and how well
Does that give you physical pleasure?
Is that how you reward yourself for a good interview?
With a good nose picking?
You dig in your nose after a successful interview?
I'm just trying to ramp up the story. No, I do not do that, actually. But I found my finger in my nose, let's just put it that way. And then all of a sudden I feel the elevator slow.
Was it just in the beginning of the nose?
Oh, no, I was digging, man.
You were way up there?
Oh, yeah. There was some coverage in there I had to remove. And all of a sudden I feel the elevator kind of slowing down, which should have been a clue that it's stopping on another floor. And I'm in the elevator by myself. Doors open. I swear to you, I'm fucking deep in my right nostril.
Oh.
And the doors open, and probably the hottest girl that works in this building is waiting to get on the elevator. I wrote in my tweet a supermodel. She was close to a supermodel.
Oh, that was Fez. See, I'm kidding. No.
And she stares at me in complete and utter disgust. I was mortified.
course.
She gets on the elevator. Then I'm thinking, do I go for a joke? Do I try to fucking get myself out of this
There's
shit?
no joking your way out of that.
No, why? Because she immediately turned around, didn't want anything to do with me and my fucking nose picking, and just stared at the elevator door, about a foot away from the door.
Should have wiped it on her back.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Well, you should have went, like the yummy sound.
And then it was the longest ride down in the fucking lobby.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, it was horrendous. I felt like a fucking idiot. What an idiot.
I'm a fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. You want to put a booger in my mouth?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Do you want to eat mine?
But, yeah, that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
That was a real moment.
Oh,
humiliating.
I have to, humiliating, absolutely.
I have to address another tweet of yours.
What did I do?
And
What did I do?
You have to be honest. Do you do this?
What happened?
You said retweet if you also...
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
If you also...
I did well with that tweet.
Clean the piss off of the toilet seat with your socked foot.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Now, please elaborate on this, because no one I know does this.
No.
You're lying.
No,
Never.
you're lying. This was something that you presented like, oh, everyone does this, and I was like,
Well,
I know no one.
I wanted to know, and a lot of people said, hell fucking yeah.
No fucking way.
Dude, I'm not talking if you just spray the entire scene and it's a complete mess, because I don't know what the fuck happens. You know, a couple drops, yeah.
There's toilet paper right there.
I don't feel like bending down. I got herniated discs.
I use toilet paper, never my sock.
Sometimes
but then
I'll
you're
reach up.
walking around with piss foot.
No, because it's not like soaked. It's
It doesn't matter, even a little trace.
It's a couple drops, so I'll lift up my foot and just do a quick little
Never.
wipe. With my sock
Never.
foot. Not every
Wow.
fucking time.
No, never, actually. Never.
Not every time.
But you're walking on like your floors and your rug or something.
I guarantee if I took off my sock, you wouldn't even know I did it. I'm not sopping up like gallons of piss. It's a couple little drops that hit the seat or something.
Do you hit the floor when you piss? Like, do you look in front? Like, I always look in front of the seat. I guess I spray, and there's always some on the floor.
Oh, God, no. What's going on there?
I always hit the floor, too.
Why?
I don't know.
That's why you got to just lay it right in the toilet. It's like a pipe.
Yeah, mine's big enough.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm being called a fucking
What is
animal.
called a deep poo? A fucking animal.
I'm being called a fucking animal now.
When I read that, I'm like, I don't know one person.
Yeah, but I knew you
that does that.
I knew you didn't do it because you're really strange with
I'm
fucking
crazy
bodily
like that, yeah.
fluids.
I do use.
Sometimes it's
toilet
quick and
paper.
easy.
I do use toilet paper.
Yes.
What if
sometimes
it's not a
there's-
fresh sock? What if it's a sock you've been hanging with all day anyway?
Your chick has to fucking do the laundry. She's got to pick up a piss sock.
Well, that's point Opie then. That's the beauty. That makes me want to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. You want to go to the phones?
All right.
I got my people. You got your people. I got my people. My people are different than your people. This guy says he uses the knee of his jeans.
Oh, God damn no.
I'm telling you.
Come on.
Logically, the toilet paper's there, but sometimes you're already up high, so you just take your foot, and you don't want to leave anything on the seat for anybody else.
Up high. It's right there. It's probably right even with your hand. And then you got to bend down maybe a foot.
I got lower back problems at times, bro.
Too much?
Too much sometimes. I do with my sock and my barefoot, this guy's saying.
Oh,
do you
God.
want these guys, or you want me just to read what
God.
they're saying?
Oh, my dear sweet
Here's
Lord.
a guy, totally old. My chick caught me sock wiping the toilet rim just the other day and shit a brick. This is the first time you're hearing of this, by the way?
First time, and
See,
I
that's
swear
weird.
to you, first time I've ever heard of this.
Ever.
They're calling me archaic.
It's never occurred to me to do it. I've done everything with piss you can do.
Right.
Literally everything, frozen it.
But Scott in Quakertown, wait, Jimmy lets girls shit on his chest, allegedly, I don't know, and is afraid of a little piss on his sock?
That's the beauty of me.
All right, good.
Hence the irony of my life.
We got all the info out.
I would just think you'd be...
That's the first time you heard of that.
And what if you do it more than once in a day? Then it's...
No.
Then you're getting a lot of piss on the sock.
No. Every once in a while is what I'm saying, and that's for real.
I've never heard of it.
And yeah, sometimes I will use the toilet paper, but sometimes I'm just up there, there's a little drop or two, and I go, yeah, fucking just take my sock foot and just fucking... Usually my right, by the way, if you need to know.
Sometimes if
That's
I notice...
why all my socks have a hole in them.
Yeah. If I notice the seat, because the seat goes up, so the rim, not even the seat. If I notice the rim is getting a little, dirty, like
rain.
dried up little blotches there and whatnot. Well, if you don't use your foot and you don't wipe it off, sometimes you come back in and take another piss, and the rim itself.
But that's more
has
disgusting that you don't wipe it off at all.
No, it's not, because then you
I've never had dry piss
kinda
on my home
spray
seat.
a little bit on it to loosen it up, and then you take the toilet paper and wipe it off, using it like an ammonia kind of cleaner. I use toilet paper to wipe it off.
Look, they're across the board, but I do have. I use the knee of my jeans. We said that.
Knee of the jeans.
I use my sock if I do it on the floor.
What?
I do it with my sock and my barefoot. Opie's the man. Yeah, I am the man.
This is craziness.
Thank you, friend DC. That is fucking disgusting. I do it all the time. So far, 1 out of 10 is saying it's disgusting, and then I got 9 guys that are saying they do it too. Yeah. I'm not talking like it's just,
you don't have to be.
I don't even.
You don't have to talk any more than a couple of drops.
All right, the nose thing. The nose thing. That's bad. But a little sock foot on the toilet seat every once in a while is.
Stop doing gross things with your extremities.
It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt anybody.
Take better care of your toes and fingers.
Snot on the fingers, piss on the feet.
Exactly. Like a chimp.
I use boxers and socks.
Oh my God!
You got to hear from these people.
Let's
go to Mike in Hoboken. I'm just amazed you've never heard of this before.
Never even a fucking glimmer that
you
might
never
be
even
going on.
thought about it.
Never thought about it for a second.
Wow, that's weird. I think.
No.
It's probably weird I do it, but it's weird that you never even heard of this before.
I don't know anybody
Mikey.
that's done this. Yellow.
Mike?
Yes, I'm with Opie. Now, we're not talking huge puddles of piss on the seat. We're talking little tiny droplets, and if my back hurts, I just dip my knee onto the seat and swipe it clean, fellas.
Yes, God.
I don't know. That's where you lose me. I don't think I know I wouldn't use my jeans.
You wear dirty sweats. Who are you kidding?
No, I do smell the seat of my fucking jeans to see if I could get another day out of them.
Oh, my God.
That was going to be the next tweet, by the way, in my new...
Do they really stink?
What?
The jeans will smell?
If you wear them a few days in a row, and I do a lot of walking around, I'm sitting in the seat for 5 hours, sure, it can stink. You're in dirty cabs? Of course. How many days do you wear your jeans?
I'll wear them 4 days in a row. It will never smell. The ass of my jeans never stinks.
1 day.
You're a 1 day.
1 day.
What's wrong with you?
And it goes in the fucking laundry.
Why?
Because.
You could easily get 2 days.
But why if I don't have to?
True.
Like, I could put it in.
No, why? Because the second day, my jeans feel a lot better. They feel a little stiff the first day. They loosen up a little bit, and they just feel better.
No, I don't know. 1 day, I take them off.
1 day? I think that's weird.
No, because I can. Because,
Yeah.
Ange comes over, she does the laundry.
But it wears out your clothes faster, all that washing.
That's all right.
I guess I got to realize
It's not like fucking, she's not out banging them on a rock in a river. It's a modern washing machine.
I got to start realizing I got money, I guess.
Yeah, just
this is all old school shit. When I couldn't do laundry, of course you wore your jeans 4 or 5 days in a row. Of course you did.
Opie needs ShamWow socks.
Oh, Bob Kelly does a bit on wiping the seat with his sock?
No way!
Does he? And if he does, please find it for the break.
Well, he's a fucking animal.
Yeah, that's because he can't. If he bends over, he might fall like a lamb and not be able to get off his stomach or back.
That's true.
You know what, dude? You take your foot, you swipe it, boom, you put your shoes back on.
Oh, God.
Now I'm being called a Nancy boy, old lady faggot because I wear socks in my home.
Are you kidding
me?
A lot of people wear socks.
I don't wear my shoes in my house.
I don't wear shoes in the house, but of course I wear socks.
I like sliding around on the marble floor.
Somebody tweeted, I let my wife's ass wipe it off the next time she tinkles.
That's good.
What's better than when your chick sits in your piss?
Jesus, that's just not right. See, that's why I use my sock foot.
That's fantastic.
There's nothing better.
And someone's going, Go ahead.
That's it. There's nothing better than a girl sitting in your piss.
Hey, pick the seat up in your piss. I sat down.
I sat in your fucking piss. Oh, there is a God. Good.
I'm also being called a filthy animal because I just don't lift the seat up. Sometimes, my aim's good. Maybe a drop or two gets on the seat. I'm like, fuck. And then I take my sock foot and sure.
Don't you hate touching the bottom rim? I hate touching under the rim.
Oh, never.
And then you see that fucking, whatever the original lip is before you put the seat down.
Yeah,
That's got shit caked on it from the 80s. So I'm fucking really careful with that. You're going to fire hose that.
Darren, does Robert Kelly have a bid on this?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Does Robert Kelly have a bid on this?
I'm not helping him.
No, Robert Kelly did a bit on it on stage. I've seen him do it like 2 or 3 times.
What's the bit?
He does exactly what you said. He pisses on the rim of the seat in the middle of the night.
Wow, we got something in common. I've seen Bob Kelly a lot. Wow, okay.
He did it at the Vitamin Store, and I've seen him do it like Caroline's and a few other places.
You've seen him do it.
Shit.
Might want to ask him where you can get it. He probably is on one of his albums or something.
Yeah, man, you're walking around with basically a rag on your foot. You could do all sorts of shit with that sock foot.
Just put fucking strap Kotex on the bottom of your feet.
Look, if you drop something on the floor, like maybe, I don't know, like I'm pouring a lot of milk these days because of my son, and if a couple drops go on the floor, I'll do the same thing.
Oh my God, you got milk and pee and
I guess
ketchup.
As long as it's not a lot, yeah, I'll just wipe it. Just kind of rub my foot over shit. Not shit.
Oh
That's
God.
See, yeah, this guy does it on the. And you're gonna lose on this one today.
I don't.
Paul, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I'm a big guy, and I kind of sprinkle a little bit, and I use my sock all the time. I don't want to hear the wife bitch at me about it.
Well, use toilet paper and fucking wipe it.
I'm too lazy to bend over to get that toilet paper.
It's a little quicker if you just pick up that sock foot, and I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Hey, listen, don't you whack off, you use your sock to clean up sometimes.
I don't do that.
No,
I don't do.
When I was a kid.
No,
maybe.
man, that always freaked me out using socks and shit. I would always prepare ahead of time, get the toilet paper or tissues or something.
Yeah.
I never used a shirt or a fucking sock. I always thought that was fucking gross.
If you're in a gas station or something like that on a long road trip and they're out of fucking toilet paper, I've used my undies.
For what?
To wipe. I can just throw them away.
Oh,
well, you got to do something.
Oh, my God.
You could get away with going commando, so you could do that trick once. It's like having a fucking engine go out on a 767. You're okay, but you can only, only lose one.
I don't know if I've ever done that. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
No?
Nah.
Yeah. It's the emergency fucking procedure. You got to improvise, adapt, overcome. Hoorah.
Yeah, you got to just kind of like get your...
It's a Semper Fi wipe.
You got to just... you got to open your asshole in such a way where you hope it doesn't get dirty.
Well, that's just it. You got to wipe.
you got to get it looking like an opera singer.
Oh!
Here's the guy with the bare foot ant.
Called J.G. Wentworth. Big,
look at you
fucking opera shit. Yes?
Good morning,
what happened?
boys. How are you?
Good morning, Bill.
Hey, yeah, I don't know why. I saw it as logical, but I'm standing there, see some pee, lift up my foot, regardless of whether or not I have a sock on there, and I wipe it. And then my wife sees me, and she totally wigs out.
As well she should.
No, it's just piss. I mean, you step in stuff all the time. What's the big deal? And the best thing is I don't wash my foot. I walk around the house barefoot afterwards. Who cares?
I think. See, that's you lose me with the bare foot because you're just smearing the pee now. At least the sock foot will soak it up.
I am fucking baffled here.
It's just pee.
Don't you worry that it's gonna at some point get on your rug when you're walking around?
I'm talking. I'm seriously. If it has to be just a little. If
doesn't
there's
matter.
If there's
even
a lot
a
of
little.
damage, then I'm going to take the toilet
Even
paper
a little.
and clean it
It's a
properly.
drop. And like the other dude, I'm just too goddamn lazy to reach over the 1 foot and bend over my fat stomach to get the friggin' toilet paper.
Fucking toilet paper's right there.
See, I'm just surprised you didn't know this was going on here. That's all.
I had no clue. You learn something new every day.
That's fucking disgusting. I do it all the time. I'm being called the disgusting fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't
Sam
Opie
has
put
the
more
bit.
stress on his back wiping it off than using paper?
Yeah, you're on one leg. You're like a fucking stork.
This guy uses boxers.
Go Pelican.
Go ahead, Dan.
Fly, Pelicans.
Fly, Pelican. Look, he's picking up his piss with his foot.
Yeah, you're going to put the sock back in his shoe.
Dave, South Carolina.
Opie, yeah, man, I'm with you. I use my sock, and then after I get out the shower, I use my boxers and my white beater to clean the baseboards. My chick's too fucking lazy to do it. Get it done every time you get out the shower.
Wait, you wipe down your baseboards?
Yeah, the fucking pubic hair and all the other shit that's laid at the bottom.
These chicks are doing the laundry. Chicks are doing the laundry.
They don't touch anything.
What?
Yeah, throw it in the laundry. Be done with it. Fuck it.
I got some minority that does my laundry anyway, so fuck
In
her.
a fucking big hazardous waste bag.
Oops, fired. So fired.
Oh, my God.
Let's get some people agreeing with Anthony, please. Someone in D.C. Yes, sir.
Anthony, I'm just glad finally there's something I agree with you about. That's disgusting. It's gnarly.
Gnarly?
Yeah, that just seems a little much. I've never heard of it.
It's wrong. It's like 2 steps away from being like, a hoarder with diapers in the corner.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've watched Hoarders, and it's kind of a, iffy situation.
You think?
Shit in the bathroom or piss on your socks.
Just a little.
I don't know. I know what you're saying. It's just
a couple
drop
drops.
or two, but that's even
couple
too
drops.
That's even too much.
Just a couple drops.
That's too much.
Yeah.
I did it at
Couple
the in-laws'
drops a
house
day.
over the weekend in Philly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. I want to make sure the seat's properly, wiped down.
Oh, God. No.
And my socks are nice and thick. I keep my
I
socks
think you don't know
nice and
who
new.
else's fucking goop is on there.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. That's not my, I don't roll like that, yo.
No. Know what bit we should play?
Bob Kelly's bit on the fucking
Oh, we could do
sock.
that, but it reminds me of Jay Moore's bit, which is one of my favorite Jay
Oh, the
Moore bits
soap?
of all time, and I don't think he does it much these days.
Love that one.
Somebody's correcting me.
What?
If a man spills his seed on your belly, you use your tongue to wipe it up, faggot. Our listeners are just mean to
I
us.
know. Jay Moore's magic soap.
Yeah,
Where that
that's a good
soap's
bit.
in the shower, the family soap, and the entire family's using it to fucking clean armpits. They're
Yeah.
fucking big, hairy muffs. They're assholes. And you just assume that the soap's okay.
Yeah.
You don't even question what the person did with the soap before you.
Yeah, he's saying like
The bit's great.
You think of the last place you wash,
Right.
and the first place you wash,
Right.
And then you come in and just use the soap.
Yeah, your mom's washing out her hairy fucking muff, and you get in next, and you wash your face right away.
Yuck.
That's why I use a washcloth.
Do you wash with a washcloth?
I use a
I
washcloth.
think that's why you just put soap on your face and help wash the muff. Straighten. Cuts down on soap.
Look like a rabid dog.
Yeah, you guys don't understand. This guy, I agree with him, Joe in Jersey.
in
Piss
Jersey.
is sterile.
Yeah, whatever.
It really is.
Yeah, fine.
Weren't we going to drink piss on our show?
It smells like piss.
And then what happened?
Piss smells like piss.
What happened? We weren't allowed to drink the piss on the show?
Yeah, they don't like us doing things like that. Oh, my goodness.
Well, there you go, Ann. You started something.
Well, I definitely want to hear the Bob Kelly bit because that's, I want to hear his take.
This guy wants me to sit down on the toilet. Do you
What?
change your tampon with a sock, too?
Change the tampon. I love that fucking cross-section drawing on the back of the tampon boxes where she's got her foot up on the toilet. She's
Yeah.
pushing the little applicator in. Whoosh. And they show like that cross-section, like she was cut in half with a samurai sword. Whoosh.
What site is this?
Remember when you used to have to grab something to read, though, when you took a dump like that? And sometimes you didn't have any reading material, and I would grab anything that was close to the toilet.
Of course.
And sometimes it was a tampon box, because you got to read when you're dumping. It's just some kind of Pavlovian thing that you need to do to get the shit moving. And I would just grab anything. And sometimes it was a tampon box, and I'd be like, oh, look at that, the applicator. Please now use that. And then the toxic shock fucking warning and everything. Now, though, you go in, and you got your iPhone, and you're just fucking tweeting, checking emails, stocks. Even on the toilet, you're
all that shit.
Same shit. It's amazing.
Here's the Robert Kelly bit. I swear I don't remember this bit, but good enough. Let's go.
She also gets mad. This is another she gets mad. She gets mad when I go to the bathrooms because sometimes I tinkle on the seat. Whatever, not the whole time like an ass. Just ha ha ha! I hate you. I am the piss god. It's just a couple drippy drops at the end. When you get a shake, but I really can't see my payu, so I assume it went in. I don't have time to do this. She gets mad. Just pick up the seat. No. This aggravated me. She actually got a poem to help remind me to wipe the seat when I'm done. It says, she put it right over the toilet. It says, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seatie. That made me so mad, I wanted to pee in her pocketbook. Just fill it up. Hey, honey, you got a poem for this? comb to help remind me, okay? I'm fine. If I want to wipe the seat, I have socks on, okay?
All right.
He'd love to make that motion right now if he could. This is 2 Bobs
So
ago.
the girls don't like that joke. But the guys are like, he's a genius. Did you hear that? He just made his foot into a Swiffer, dude. He has great tits and he's funny. I love this guy.
Wow, so he does it too.
I didn't know that.
He wouldn't have said it if he didn't do it.
Of course.
He does it.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. I'm enlightened and disgusted all at the same
Why are you
time.
freaked out by bodily functions?
Because
Obviously
they're bodily functions.
Obviously, they're gross, but even your own bodily functions, you seem to be freaked out.
I have a hierarchy of disgust relating to anything that comes out of the human body, and my own also.
What's the worst one for you?
The worst one, the one that gives me the most heebie-jeebies, believe
This is
it or
on
not,
your own body, by the way.
Yeah.
Because other
And
shit will always drive you nuts.
Annoys me the most also is snot. I have such an aversion to mucus and boogers and any snotty thing. When I blow my nose, it's a fucking procedure that I have to be in front of a mirror when I do it and make sure every bit I take the tissue when I'm done blowing my nose and wad it up and put it in there and twist it around and make sure everything's got to be out of there.
Why is that?
And I can't look at it. I pull it out and I feel one coming out and I'm like, I won't look. I'll kind of look in the mirror so it's at a distance, make sure I have it, and then I'll quickly fold the tissue over and crumble it and put it in the garbage. I can't look at snot. It makes me, it's disgusting.
You're missing the little joys in life. You know that,
No,
right?
that ain't a joy.
Sometimes you look at that fucking toilet paper or that tissue, and you get very impressed by what you're capable of doing.
I cannot deal with snot.
Did you ever eat a booger and get on the top of your teeth? You have, though, right?
You gotta
He
stop
knows.
this.
I have.
You gotta stop this.
Sometimes I have to floss my teeth after I eat boogers.
I can't even imagine eating one.
I've gotten them on the top of the teeth, never in between them, but
Really?
literally,
they'll stick to
in
your
the back teeth. I've got a booger.
Sometimes they'll stick to the teeth end, and then you got to take your nail and you got to kind of scrape your own booger off your front teeth.
No.
What are you doing?
I don't want to listen. I'm gonna
You're
fucking...
earmuffing. You're earmuffing.
That is so disgusting. No, snot to me is, I'm completely disgusted by it. And then I guess in second place, coming in a close second would be shit.
Shit's second to snot?
Yeah, because you don't really have to.
Shit is disgusting. I just assumed that would be everyone's number one.
No, because you're not handling shit. You're not really seeing other people's shit. You're not. Other people will pick their nose or blow their nose and show you the fucking thing. You don't see other people's shit really unless you walk in a stall and it's there, and that's disgusting.
You ever have a finger pop through the toilet paper?
During what? Wiping?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
But probably years ago when I was a kid, maybe. But now I make sure I wad the paper up in a certain fashion where there's no accidents can happen.
Really?
No accidents can happen.
What's this about, Jimmy?
I just don't want
Molestation?
shit on my
I'm
finger.
just grossed out
What a
by it.
wacky guy I am. I don't want my stink finger because that doesn't come off.
That's true.
No one wants that. I'm just
It's like
asking if it ever happened.
Pepe Le Pew. You could shampoo him and everything, but that stink fume little thing will wave over. That is terrible.
What's number 3?
Number 3.
Snot over shit. That's really
number 3.
surprising.
Coming in at number 3, we have vomit. I don't like vomit. Vomit's got to be number 3.
Yeah, vomit's brutal. And then what? 4 is pee?
And then 4 would be piss.
And then 5 would be your cum?
I don't have a great aversion to piss, believe it or not. I just think it's odd to put it on your sock and then walk around your house with it because of the smell alone, I would think. Now, I know you're saying it's just a drop or two and it doesn't affect anything.
Yeah,
but in my own
I would love
mind-
to pump this up and say I'm soaking up like a lot of urine with my sock, but that's not the case here, sir.
Well, in my own mind, I just can't get past the point of it being on the bottom of my sock and then walking around the house or getting up on the couch and your foot being on the couch.
Where you at with earwax?
Earwax is fucking disgusting.
Do you check it out after you wipe your ears?
Yeah. I make sure,
but I mean, do you look at the Q-tip and go, wow, or wow, look at this.
No.
Look what I got today.
Again, I will just.
You never go, look
throw
what
it
I
away.
got today?
I'll look to make sure I got some.
These are the
and
joys of
see
life.
when it's clean, but I'll throw it away pretty quickly. I won't ponder it.
You won't?
Yeah.
And go, wow.
Yeah. And by the way,
Yeah.
all bets are off during sex. Like, then everything goes. I'll lick an ass. I'll fuck it. Yeah, then I don't care.
Would you suck
I'll lick where the piss comes out of. I don't care. I don't even fucking give a shit. When it comes to sex, all bets are off. I'm good.
This guy agrees with you about snot. Nothing better than... Let me go to Mike in Jersey. Mikey, go ahead.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
I love, especially when I get a night in this season, nice allergy season, go into the shower after a long night's sleep and put a nice big fucking air hanky right in my hand.
Oh, God.
What?
An air hanky right in his hand.
I totally can relate to this. When you're in the shower and you got to blow your nose and you know you got a lot of action in there.
No fucking
Instead
way.
of just blowing a snot rocket in the shower, not on the wall or anything, you can obviously aim it toward the drain so it'd be nice and clean. I will do it right into my hand to see what I get. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, you look at it like a fucking
And then you put your hand under the shower and watch it just kind of like go away.
I can't even.
You ever sneeze and get some on the fucking... You ever sneeze and see like a fleck on the wall? Like a piece of a blood booger on the wall?
No,
booger.
Right into my hand.
No, I mean from a sneeze or something. Like you don't mean to.
Yeah.
Or you fucking blow...
No,
I've done that many times.
I'm with this guy. I'll do a hand hanky.
Opie.
Yes.
God damn it.
What?
Sam.
It's earwax.
What, Mike?
It's a
Ever
blood
pick
booger.
your nose, get a nice big one and put it in your ear for later?
In your ear? What the fuck's wrong with you?
You know, I can't. Sam,
You lost.
I'm just,
earwax,
I'm
dude.
just gonna.
Is
come
that
over there
earwax?
and smash that computer?
Nice.
Look at it.
It's a big fucking blood.
Why is it bloody?
It's earwax.
It's earwax. It's not bloody.
What's the red part?
It's probably a shadow.
It's dark when it.
Oh, really?
It's dark.
Mine looks like peanut butter sometimes.
Because it's hit the oxygen.
What?
It's because it's hit the oxygen. When earwax is deep in your ear, it's like black, and then once it gets more closer to the edge where it hits more oxygen, it gets lighter.
When can you make a candle out of it?
But that, like this is deep and hard. Like that's like having a rock in your
Ants
ear.
losing it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like,
You don't like
way-
earwax either?
No,
way deep
I don't
back
like
in the
anything
canal.
that comes out of the fucking.
This
body.
guy wants to know, and if you've ever jerked off while driving.
Oh, see?
No, I don't.
What's
Never
wrong
jerked
with
off
you?
while driving.
That's
fucking crazy.
That's a fucking adventure.
Why?
Waiting
How
to
could you
happen.
concentrate on anything?
Well, I mean, it's a long ride from Long Island to Buffalo and Rochester, New York. It's
Stop at a rest stop and get yourself a
Ah,
blowjob from
man,
some
you
gentleman.
fucking-
Absolutely. Why do you think they make drills with batteries in them?
A nice hole saw.
your legs go stiff while you're going 7
Oh,
miles an hour.
Jesus.
Oh my God, it's an adventure.
See how
You've
it's
never
got
done
the-
that either.
No, I've never jerked off driving.
Just the little joys.
That's just doesn't seem like anything that.
These are little joys that you're missing out on.
Look at this earwax. It's got the peanut butter around it, but then it's got the dark,
I can't fucking look at any of that.
solid chunk of earwax.
Thank God for the mic flags because I could put it right there and not have to look at your computer screen. I could just move. Look.
Did you?
I'm bobbing and weaving, Sam.
For the new listeners, because this guy's questioning this, so maybe he just heard this.
Ask your questions.
And actually did toss out a couch because of one booger.
Yes, a kid wiped a booger on it.
That is a true
I
story.
couldn't find it. He couldn't find it. He was looking for it, and they were like, "Oh, I can't find it." And the kid's laughing, and his father's just like, "Oh well." I was like, "That's it. Get this fucking."
I wanted to show Bob Kelly this video
Jesus, I'm not watching.
the other day, and I couldn't find it.
I'm not watching.
It's weird. I'll just look at it. It's not that.
No, it's called
Nope.
"Guy Gets Nose Professionally Picked,"
I don't need to watch that.
and it's subtitled. Wait for it. Wait for this.
I'm not waiting for anything. I'm not
And
watching
please
it.
watch.
I'm not going to watch it.
Please watch.
Nope.
Doctor's in there.
Nope.
Why would a guy have to do that? Like I don't.
Watch. Look at how much comes out of his fucking.
See, I'm not watching.
That's an oyster.
That looks like a tuna.
And it was as big as an oyster. No joke. Look at that.
Oh, great.
Look at that. Could you please look at it?
How could he not? I wonder if that's post surgery.
And for the show, could you please look at it? Please.
Can you imagine eating that?
Go back.
Yeah, just look
For the
at it for a
show.
second, dude. It's
For the show.
It's more. It doesn't even look like a booger. It's just bizarre.
It's the size of an oyster.
Don't try to talk it down,
Please.
Jimmy.
If you just go fast forward a little bit, so he doesn't have to watch the whole thing.
And please
But
look.
it doesn't. It looks like it's fake.
For the show. All right. Doctor's in there with his like tweezery things, whatever the fuck they're called. He got a hold of it. Now he's slowly pulling it out. Look at this.
Yeah, God damn you son of a fuck! What is that?
Holy! It's as big as an oyster.
What is it?
Do you know what that would smell like if you held it under your nose?
That looks like a baby mouse. That was just born.
It looks like a small wet rock.
That's fake.
No,
it's not fake. Look,
at
they
it.
show it afterwards.
Fake, totally fake.
No, that's got fucking blood and mucus in it.
Yeah, man.
Ant is completely creeped out.
can't.
Oh, where you at with
that.
spit, Ant? Good question. Spit and pus, and then we can move on.
Oh my God, pus is really fucking disgusting.
Pus isn't that bad, actually.
Pus is so disgusting. I can't watch those. Oh God.
Zit popping videos?
Yeah, I won't watch that.
What?
Any of those big zit popping videos and boils that people are popping and lancing online. And spit. Spit is the weirdest thing. It's in your mouth.
Right.
You could even collect a bunch in your mouth and swallow it, and it doesn't bother you. The second it leaves your mouth, it cannot return from whence it came, because that becomes disgusting. You would never spit out in a glass and then fucking drink it. I'm not watching. But when it's in your mouth, it's fine. But it's the same thing.
We got tablespoons today? Let's see how many people on staff could spit into a tablespoon and then you're right, put it back in your own mouth.
That? It's disgusting, but it shouldn't be, right?
So let's spit into spoons and then put them back in our mouths.
I'm not watching that.
No?
Come on, Sam.
You don't want to do that?
No, I won't do it. It's not that bad, but why do it?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, but it's not like snot to me or anything. Saliva, you know.
We should break because we got to talk about this Trayvon.
Latest
news on Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, I found his Twitter.
All right, we'll talk about it.
I found his
next.
Twitter, and I was looking at a bunch of posts. So,
and I heard you were having fun with that yesterday.
Yeah, I was actually retweeting with comment on some of his tweets. They were very very gangsta-ish.
By the way, another guy that can relate. He said, I jerked off driving to Rochester just last weekend and missed my exit.
He's a concentrating guy.
There's another hoodie protest happening.
Really?
Fucking this Thursday through Sunday at Caroline's. 212-757-4100.
We're all going to see Jimmy at Caroline's.
Are you coming?
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Oh, good.
Shoot.
Saturday, I think.
Yeah, Saturday is sold out. We'll get you in, of course.
Oh God, you
No,
suck.
I'll just go.
You
up
almost
against-
got me.
Come Saturday.
I'll go up against the wall.
You should have waited.
Maybe I should go Thursday.
I'm not gonna look.
Maybe I'll go Thursday.
Sam put it up on Apple TV, so it's up on one of the big screens.
What is he digging for?
Guy's gonna be popping a
It's a
fucking
dumb zit.
thing on his back.
Ugh.
No, that's on his. Well, if that's his
But
back,
whatever
he's
it
got
is.
It's his
issues.
face.
Look how much hair there.
Right
It's
there.
on the side of his face.
I'm not looking.
So what's the big deal?
It's nothing.
This I won't look at.
What's the big deal, Sam?
It's disgusting.
Is this an epic fail we're about to see?
Yeah.
No, it's to gross out Ian.
Epic
I won't
fail.
watch.
Epic fail.
Hey, are we getting Arlen Specter in studio?
Yes.
We are.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
What happened, Roland? You're fired.
Can we play the Jay Moore clip?
Oh, sure, might as well. Come on, I'm surrounded by this stuff.
I got to take all.
Oh, look, you got it.
Oh, you got the Jay Moore? All right, we go to break with the magic soap bit from Jay Moore. I really love this bit. Last time I saw Jay, I was kind of bummed he doesn't do this anymore. He really should bring this one back. All right.
I didn't have any problems in Scotland. I had problems in England, France. I thought it was a little shady, the French. They don't wash their ass. Soap's amazing. I love soap. We're soap obsessed in this country. You could have soap in your shower, right? And you drop it, guys, and even though you know you're safe in your house, you go, this is where I get raped in prison, okay. I dropped it again. I must be the new guy. Wow. What am I, Luke Perry and Oz? What the heck? Soap is awesome. Soap's magical. You could have a soapy hand wash the crack of your ass right up to your face. And don't moan because you did it today. That's the only thing in the world you can do that with, is that magic soap. Believe me, I've thought of everything. You can't pour applesauce out onto your hand, rub it on your whale eye, then bring it back up to your face. You'd be like, what the hell is wrong with me? I just put applesauce and ass on my face. You come from a big family, maybe there's 8, 7 people in your family, maybe there's 10 people in your family. How many bars of soap? You better hope it's magical like I'm telling you. One bar of soap for everybody. I was the youngest of 5. That meant I was the last one in. All I wanted was 3 minutes of hot water so I could shower and go to school. I didn't think for a minute. My dad was just in there washing his sack for 20 minutes. My mother's washing her ass. My sister's washing her hooch. I go in right behind all of them. I'm like, I have no hot water. I am free. You people are inconsiderate. I'm freezing. No wonder you don't get along with your family. You're all having sex with each other by proxy.
Sirius XM. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show.
Fucking love my Tool. Oh, and the band.
Sounds odd.
Music news, really fast, Ant. Remember that? Remember,
like MTV. MTV music news.
I don't know. I think this is kind of important. You know that band Jet?
Jet.
They are announcing that they are breaking up. And I mention that because rock in general just feels like it's going away. The rock we kind of know and love.
Well, there's new rock for people.
Well, it's
the old
loosely,
god.
It's loosely called rock, a lot of these bands. But I like that band Jet, but they're Dunsky.
How long were they around?
Probably 5, 6. I'm going to go 7 years.
That's their big song.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
Remember this thing?
I've been riding all night, my head. Oh, wait.
Oh, you sound
Right,
just
this
like
sounds
it,
like
Radar Love.
Yeah, it does sound like Radar Love a little bit at the beginning.
Good job.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
I loved these guys. The few songs I downloaded, whatever. I wasn't all in. I wasn't buying albums. A couple of their songs.
This
I
got
know we
into
had
a
them
couple
on
of
your
movies.
What?
This song made it into a couple of movies.
You think?
Yeah.
Anthony, Russ Robinson in Philadelphia writes, love you guys, but do you really have to keep beating up the murdered kid every day? We're not beating up the murdered kid every day.
Trayvon. What are you talking about?
This is a massive fucking story, and we're trying to look at it from many different angles, unlike some people out there that have an agenda, like Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson.
Unbelievable.
They're being called racist hustlers today.
Yes.
By some former NAACP member.
Yes.
Is he on the phone, this guy?
No.
I figure, of course not.
That's the second you take another viewpoint, and you're not making assumptions or anything, but you're just putting facts out there and what people are saying. You're all of a sudden a piece of shit that's trying to make fun or make light of the kid dying. No.
Nobody beat up Trayvon Martin, you scumbag. Nobody said it's terrible that he got shot. We just you're saying you can't have a witch hunt for George Zimmerman until you know what happened.
Yeah.
What's the fucking... If he's guilty and just shot this kid, then he should go to prison for the rest of his life.
It's on the front page of every paper, so we, of course, have to discuss it, and we get everyone's point of view on the air. We try, at least. And tragedy is hijacked by race hustlers is the headline in our papers today. A lot of people very upset that Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are race hustlers who have exploited the tragic shooting death of Trayvon Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad to see that.
Exactly.
I think a lot more people are on to stupid Reverend Al Sharpton and stupid Jesse Jackson.
Is that what they are now? Stupid Jesse Jackson?
Is that bad to say?
No, it isn't. It's good to say.
No.
I just wish that would be in front of their names where Reverend goes.
And I would like to ask MSNBC, why are you allowing Reverend Al to get involved with this big-time news story, and then he reports on his own news that he's making?
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Well, they lean forward.
They sure do.
That's a different thing, leaning forward. That means you could have a complete conflict of interest when it comes to one of your guys getting on. And I know he does his show. He does more of an editorializing show than news.
It's loosely based on news.
Yeah. So
I lean forward. By the way, Ant.
Do you lean forward?
Well, yesterday I did. It was very windy in New York.
Yeah, you had to lean forward.
It's the only way to get around.
You should lean forward in the bathroom when you're wiping piss off the toilet seat instead of using your foot. Be like MSNBC, lean forward.
My father-in-law is listening, and he wants to know if I have warts on my feet.
Why, will piss do that? Yeah.
I guess. But I don't do the bare feet.
No. Yes,
That's
bare
gross.
feet. That's what I use my fur. See.
Here we go. So, what's the latest on Trayvon Martin? We got
Trayvon. Well,
former NAACP leader accuses Reverend Allen Jesse Jackson of exploiting Trayvon Martin case, calling them race hustlers.
Yeah, because they're constantly by the family side, just stirring up more racial divide, because that's what they do.
The other bullet point today: pussy-ass cracker shirts with picture of George Zimmerman hit the streets in Florida.
Yeah, I got one. It's great.
I would actually love to get one of those.
Yeah,
I would
that'd be
love
funny.
to wear one.
Pussy-ass cracker. It's a horrible shirt, though.
And
It's like-
but he's not even a fucking...
No, he's not a cracker.
Look at this fucking dummy. This dumb motherfucker wearing a shirt with a Latin guy on it. Pussy-ass cracker.
Can we ask the black community today, are Hispanics considered crackers? I didn't know that.
No,
I don't think so.
They're not.
Of course not. Okay, good.
He's a dope who saw the news.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
So he's a dope who saw the news and thinks that it's a fucking white guy.
Yeah.
He's a dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zimmerman's not a cracker. And George Zimmerman coming out telling cops that Trayvon decked him in the head and then started pummeling him on the sidewalk. Witnesses corroborate his story. Is there injuries from that?
Yeah.
He had a broken nose.
Back of his head was cut, and he had a broken nose. Lacerations about his face. He was bleeding from the nose and mouth. And they cuffed him. He told them that he did have a gun. They took it from him. They cuffed him. And they brought him down to the old station house for about 5 or 6 hours of questioning. And during that time, they got his side of the story. They got witnesses, and they also got physical evidence from the scene, and determined at that point that an arrest was not necessary.
Did they get witnesses though? Because I've heard mixed stories that they didn't, and that they did.
they're on the police. You could on the actual police reports. You can read where they got their witnesses during that time. They the cops that were on the scene canvassed the area, got witnesses. There's a list of the witnesses. You read the police report. It reads like this: Trayvon was walking around in this neighborhood. Jorge Zimmerman was driving around in his SUV, doing his neighborhood watch duties, whatever that entails, looking for people that I guess, based on his opinion, didn't look like they belonged in the neighborhood. That's what neighborhood watch they do. He then got out of his vehicle because he saw Trayvon, asked Trayvon what he's doing in the neighborhood, and Trayvon kind of took off on him and went to hide somewhere, is what was said. He called 911, Zimmerman, said that there's a suspicious character. He said, I'm following him. We all know now that the 911 operator said, don't do that. And Zimmerman said, okay. Now the story's coming out that when he said okay, he then turned around and was walking back to his vehicle. That's when he says Trayvon jumped him from behind, punched him in the face, pinned him to the ground, and started punching him in the face. He then pulled his gun out. He yelled for help for a while. Some people, at least one person, showed up, heard him yelling for help, didn't help him. He was yelling for help for a while. And those are allegedly the screams that you hear on the 911 call are from Zimmerman. When nobody helped him, and I guess he felt at that point that if he was to get knocked out or pass out, this guy would then have access to his gun. Whatever reason it is, he felt his life was in danger. He pulled his gun out and shot him at very close range in the chest. And he died on the scene. The cops came that were responding to the initial suspicious person call. They now have a gunshot call. They handcuffed him, took his gun, and took him down to the station for statements. But that's now the story that's coming out is it wasn't so much he kept pursuing him after the 911 operator said he was walking, but it's now said that he was walking back to his vehicle. Whether this had happened or not, look, Don't fucking crucify me, motherfucker. I'm just telling you
This is what the police report
what now is coming out. More
reads?
details of the police report's coming out. Yeah.
We should. My question is, how would anybody know that he was saying something on the 911 call? How would anybody know when he went back to his vehicle? Like, how would they know what he was saying on the phone?
What he was saying on the 911 call? When he said,
how did witnesses know that he was walking back to his car after the operator said that when they couldn't hear the conversation?
I guess they asked him which way was he walking.
Oh, okay, but they know when it happened.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that yet, so
Yeah, that just came out last night. The police report was released, and there's a lot of shit in there. As far as Trayvon goes, I know that assassination of character has nothing to do with the actual case, but a lot of things are coming out, I guess, on his
you don't want to assassinate his character. You just want to tell the story accurately.
No,
that's all.
exactly. Tell the story accurately. What's going on?
Shaq's here early?
Holy shit. That must be him.
Oh, yeah, bring him in, man.
God. It's like,
yes.
Like his head is... He would hit the exit sign, it looks like.
Wow, he's massive.
That must be a bitch to fucking go around like that. Well, I guess we'll jump back on this at some juncture today.
Yeah, of course.
I think we should finish it with him right here.
Oh, yeah.
Of course we'll finish
So,
They played in Miami.
Your Dove body wash.
I know.
There.
It's a weird day to be promoting
You and your Dove body wash. Don't talk about basketball. I just want to talk about my body wash. The publicist says I just can talk about my body wash.
Oh, we got to save Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
I know.
from his publicist.
Poor bastard.
Shaq is making his way down the hall. Holy
Yes, he is.
Fuck, he's a legend.
He's driving toward the window.
One of the greatest NBA players of all fucking time.
Yes.
Some say the greatest center of all time.
Oh, my God.
I'd still give it to Abdul-Jabbar.
He's
He
right
is
the
so
fuck up there.
Oh, my God. He can't. Look, he ducked under the exit sign, dude.
Yes.
I'm not even fucking kidding.
I see that.
Look at that exit sign right there. He has to duck under it.
He's got those the cool headphones, too.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I know Travis. He's very tall.
Yes, we know who he is.
We understand. Oh, I like how quiet we get before.
Well, you want to be...
I'm a little nervous.
Are you really?
Oh.
Sometimes I get nervous with these
Sweetie.
things. I love basketball.
My God.
Could be too.
He's so tall.
Damn.
Holy
man.
shit. That's
He
craziness.
isn't starstruck when he sees me.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, of course, it's you, Jimmy.
Yeah, well.
Does he know you think? No. Well,
Why
no?
would he?
No?
No.
He's got to duck his head to get through that door.
Yeah.
This is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I love his headphones.
What are they? The
Love the
fucking
headphones.
Dr. Dre?
Huh?
Are they
Those are
Beats?
Beats?
Yes.
Are they Beats, yo?
I prefer Bose.
Yeah.
This is going to get ugly.
You could just walk. You could just walk right in.
Bring him right in.
We're pretty friggin' loose when it comes to actually
Shaq.
doing a show. How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
Anthony, how you doing, man? That's
Hey, Shaq. Pleasure, man.
How you doing?
I like the
Jimmy.
beats you had on.
Thank you.
You know this guy?
I know everybody.
Yeah.
I know everybody.
Jimmy Norton?
We've actually never met.
No?
No.
But Shaq has helped some comedians, so I'm certainly hoping that
Oh,
you're
okay.
up for helping some more. We made Kevin Hart famous.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Jimmy knows Kevin Hart real well.
We kind of came up together. And even though I'm a lot older than him and he shot past me, but I'm happy for him. It's always good to see a friend shoot by you. What got you involved in the roasts? Like, did you want to be roasted, or are you just a fan of comedy?
Well, I'm a fan of comedy, and I saw it was a big void in comedy, so I just made all the comedians offers they couldn't refuse.
Oh, good money and TV.
Exactly.
Did anybody say no to that?
No.
It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, right.
Why would they say no to that? That sounds like a great fucking opportunity.
Were you sensitive about any of it? Like, was there anything?
No, I probably have the greatest sense of humor ever. I like to laugh. I like to make people laugh, and like I said, there was a void there, and nobody was really doing it. Russell was doing it first, and then I turned on HBO, and it's not there anymore. So I tried it at an All-Star game because at All-Star events everybody's there. So let's do it at an All-Star game, and my partner Jeff Clanagan and I we did it, and it was such a success. It was like, you know what, this can't be true. Let's do it again. And we did it again, and we recorded it. We said, let's sell it and see how people like it. And we sell over 400,000 copies every time we drop.
God,
Jesus,
that's
wow.
awesome.
And none of it made you go like,
No. No, because I like to laugh, and it'd be like coming up here and telling you guys what to say and how to say it.
That's what the bosses do.
Yeah,
that's their job.
obviously they don't, because you guys are one of the most popular radio shows in the world.
Oh, thank you very much.
Promo.
Did Roland probably said that on the way in? Just tell them they're popular; they'll be really good to you.
That's why we like it here, because they don't bother us as far as that shit goes.
For the most part. Yeah.
Hey, we're all smelling like your Dove products. We have to say it.
Yes.
They gave it to us last week.
Yeah,
and,
we honestly at first didn't even know why they were bringing in the products, and we're like, oh, wow, this is good. Yeah.
And then I started seeing the commercials, and we've been using the body wash and that's why you're here for the most part, right?
Well, obviously you guys have always been comfortable in your own skin, and it's a great product. I've been using it even before we joined the strategic partnership. But I thought it was a great commercial. My mom came by the house to check on me, and I was like, you got to be in this commercial with me, and it's a great commercial. And the Dove men's care product is a great line, especially the body wash. I actually like the size and the price.
Yeah,
because I'm a guy, I like to keep my stuff clean
yeah.
during the day.
It is a big size too, man.
But it smells good. It's like the deodorant is actually really fresh.
Yeah.
And I put it on, and I'm very pleased with myself.
Ah,
I
you
smell
should
good.
be.
Yeah, we were hoping you would notice that we smell like your product.
Yeah, but it's just kind of awkward to fucking
you
lean in and smell me.
Right.
You get a lot of endorsements, which is great. I mean, you're kind of you're one of the sports stars that have really done well as far as endorsements go.
You mean me or Shaq?
Not you.
Oh, we're waiting for our first endorsement.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've taken care of business since I came in, and whenever I meet with a company, I always tell them I'm not really interested in endorsement, but in a strategic partnership. Mm-hmm. And I've also been the type that if I'm not comfortable with the product, or if I've never used your product, then I'll be an honest businessman and not take your money.
Mm. Have you ever worried about things that you say? Because you've said some controversial, albeit funny, but some people see it as controversial.
Not at all.
Yeah?
Because to me, image is reality.
Yeah.
Those that come in with the suits and create their image, they're the ones that have to watch out.
So you figure there's nothing they can get you on where you can fall because you're going to say,
"Hey, this is me."
No, not really. People see me. They know that I'm a humble guy. They know that I'm a funny guy. They know I'm always say what's on my mind.
You got some great quotes too, man. Oh my God!
Some people would say they should use that soap to wash your mouth out with, Mr.
No
O'Neal.
way. I'm a role model. Cut it out. No way.
Your Kobe quote to this day makes me howl, man. How does my ass taste?
He don't know.
I'm just saying it, man. It makes me fucking howl.
Everybody.
But it's refreshing to see guys say what's on their mind. Because like guys like Barkley always talked, and it's like I don't want to hear somebody giving the company line. That's not interesting to me.
And then you know what? Being a marketing expert, I know what's going to get everybody riled up.
Right.
Like I know when to say it and how to say it. That incident, I was at one of those little comedy clubs. They called you up on stage, and I did a little rap, and somebody recorded it and sold it for $500. And they try to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
that was at Noam's place down in the Village. Was it the Fat Black Pussycat? I think it was one of those because the comedy store was right around the corner.
It was like one of those. It was like one of those little underground clubs.
Oh yeah, maybe the Village Underground.
But you know what? The funny thing is when this stuff gets out, everybody talks about it like you're going to get a spanking.
Yeah.
Did you see what Shaq said
I know.
today?
It's true. Yeah, that's kind of the society
it's crazy,
we're living in these days, though, where everybody's walking on eggshells.
But what I respect about he didn't apologize.
No,
he just let it happen and just went with it.
Because I was at a comedy club, I was at a setting, and
context,
and I know I rocked the crowds, about 500 people and they're having a good time. And, it's just people use that to create their show. And
I just love that.
I understand.
As a sports fan, I understand you guys got to have sportsmanship to a point, but it gets sickening after a while. I like when you guys are real about losses and certain plays and players.
Everyone knows that I'm a little comedian. Those that can't take it,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Get a sense of humor. Buy one.
Yeah,
they're on the internet. $4.99. Senseofhumor.com.
Well, you're one of those big guys too. It was interesting to read that when you were coming up, that you would always try to make people laugh and be the funny guy. Like you, either the funny guy or the bully. Like you were either going to get big laughs from somebody, or they were going to go home with fucking jaw shattered. So you had like two options, and which I think was interesting. When you'd move to a new place, you would just try to make people laugh first before you would try to dominate them another way.
Yeah, because I'm a really funny, sensitive guy, and I didn't never wanted to have to fight. But when they used to say Shaquilla and Sasquatch,
Oh shit,
that's it.
Kicking your ass right now, 3:00.
Who the hell would say that to you?
A lot of people.
How dumb do you have to be?
Yeah, at
I
what
had
point
to
does
bust
that
a lot
stop?
of heads.
You know,
Well, it stopped. It stopped like after the first couple of weeks when I got there. You know, because it's just like those jail movies. You get there and you find out who the toughest kid is.
Right.
I was like, this guy right here
This
with the
chick
ponytail
right
in
here.
the back.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm going to kill this guy.
Yeah.
So you see him at 3 and you steal on him and you beat him up in front of everybody, and then the next day you get major respect.
Right.
Nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about anything like that.
No, I miss Shaq in the NBA because there's not a lot of personality right now. Not a lot of guys stepping up and just being personable and saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
At all. Who would you say is in the league that?
Nobody.
Really, right?
It's different. I mean,
LeBron is a bore when he's not playing.
Always tell my kids that when I was coming up, the league is more fabulous than it is now.
Right.
Every team, even the bad teams. Just think about like in the '80s, even a team like Denver, Alex English. Every team had a great player.
Right.
Anybody ever tell you look like Boomer Esiason?
Oh,
I
man.
did.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you like Boomer.
I went to school with Boomer back in
Anthony had a fight with Boomer Esiason.
5th grade. I punched him in the forehead and broke my arm. A thick-headed motherfucker.
Thick-headed.
Yeah, Anthony punched him.
Yeah.
Broke both fucking arms.
Broke my arm.
Both bones in your right arm.
I've done like golf tournaments with him though. After that, so he's cool. I like Boomer. He's a fun guy.
Yeah, he's all right.
Well, you're very business savvy. Obviously, when did that start? Like you go in. You're going for the sport part of it. You're good at basketball. That's going to be part of it. When do you start to realize that that's necessary?
One day, I was on punishment, and my father came in and he hit me in the head with a book. And he said, if you ever start being a leader and a follower, you could become somebody. So anyway, I read the book, and the book was about Kareem, how he lost everything. So one of my fears as an athlete or as a professional person was losing everything. So
he invested in soybeans, Kareem, right? That was a big loss for him.
We had Kareem in here, and we weren't really allowed to ask him any basketball questions. He had a publicist. We felt sorry for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, believe it or not.
He was having a great time, but afterwards she wasn't too thrilled that we talked about basketball as well as the book.
Yeah,
we didn't even get to ask him about that.
His personality.
He lost it all, back in the 70s?
Yeah, soybeans and everything.
Bad
so
investment, wow.
It was always one of my fears coming up. So,
and those guys didn't make as much money back then, so
the
investing was important.
When I first came in, I was making a lot of money. I think my first year in made a lot. I don't want to say the number, but it was a lot.
It'll probably depress the listeners. I mean, we understand that kind of money, but they.
So then another time I was in the arena. Hey, buddy. Dude scared me.
Oh, Iraq? Yeah. It's like you're looking at an animal behind a glass wall, isn't it?
He's very athletic as he chews something there.
So then I met Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson told me, he grabbed me by the arm and he's like, it's good to be the man, but you want to start owning stuff. And I was like, what the hell is Magic talking about? But then, as I, played in L.A. and I saw the stuff he was doing in the community development, I was like, you know what? Let me do that. And while I'm doing it, let me go back and get my master's because, when I have conversation with people, of course they're going to look at me as Shaq, but I want them to know that I understand. When I go in with CEOs and they know I got my master's in business, they know that they can't let anything slide.
They can't mess with
you. No coin, no nothing. And now I'm getting my PhD May 5th in HRD, organizational leadership.
Dr. Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes, be Dr. O'Neal.
What's HRD?
Human Resource Development.
So how do you find, this is the scary part for me, is because most guys, you get a business manager, and it's scary to find somebody that you can trust who you know isn't going to rip you off. Do you just go on, I check my stuff all the time, and there's not much to check, but I'm obsessed with the idea that I'm going to just see zeros one time.
Steal his money and make it to Newark.
Well, you have to trust people. When I came in, I interviewed the top 4 firms, and 3 of them, it even said in Kareem's book, if it's too good to be true, stay away from them. So one guy came in, I noticed you made this much, we can double and triple it, he's out.
Right.
Another guy, we'll do this and we'll do that, he's out. And I met a little Jewish guy, said, hey, I can put it in savings bonds, I can get you some annuities, and I can manage your money, make sure it's I like that guy.
Yeah, we got the little Jewish guy too.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go.
Hashem, Shalom Lashana Tova.
Yes. You got to go little Jewish guy every time.
Do, so it's
You
just
have to.
you got it.
You just got it.
That's very smart. I'm telling you, it's smart because as far as being an athlete goes, you never really know when that machine is just going to stop working. As far as that, and you know, you could have a long, illustrious career, make a lot of money, or you could be done in a year.
Yeah, you could be done in a year. Like when I first came in and my agent told me I was going to be making this much, I'm like, seriously? But, I mean, in the real world, when you're done playing, there's no way you're going to make that much. No way.
Right, so you got to
know where unless you get one of them Google, Facebook, IPOs.
And there's a lot
of ways, so you got to save it or
what do you think the
make
difference? What do you think the difference is between somebody like you that actually realize that and people that just decide they're going to kind of play it by fear? You think?
Yeah, fear.
Was that from your stepfather, you think? Like kind of drilling it into you?
Yeah, stepfather, just being fear and just, not, just being able to live the same lifestyle. Like, for a guy that doesn't have any business savvy, the only word he should memorize is annuity.
Yeah.
Put money away, and then at a certain age, you get to take it out for the rest of your life. That's it. No investments, no buying businesses, no trying to do restaurants, or just annuity. And that was the first thing I did.
It'll be there when you're, ready to
when you're done.
Just relax.
Is that annuity is money that you don't get taxed on, and then you can't? I sound like I'm saying it, but I'm really asking.
It's tax deferred.
Tax deferred until you take it out.
Start using
defer that shit,
and then sometimes you get a lower tax rate based on.
I met a guy one time. He had a $100 bill, and he ripped it in half, and he said, "You put that 50 away in annuity, you never touch it. You got 50 left." Now the smart ones will rip that 50 in half. And you save 75 and you play with 25. And that's what I tried to do.
But, Chuck, you can't spend half the bill.
Well, he was just trying to smart guy.
I've never wanted to see a fist fly in front of me so bad.
Shaq's, a few guys that were pretty big stars in the NBA that are broke. I don't know if you want to mention names. So
they say they're broke. I don't really know their finances, but
there's a few guys off the top of my head that didn't do a lot of the stuff you're saying, and they're in a desperate situation right now.
Like I said earlier, because of fear, I never wanted to be in that position. Like I never, first thing I did was buy my mom and parents a house. Like I said to myself, I'm gonna work hard, so they don't ever have to get that phone call like, "Hey, the house is not."
I would do that so you could have somewhere to live if everything fucks up.
Yeah, I know, right?
Watch your house.
When did you know it was time to when you're playing? It's always interesting to me when an athlete steps down. Like that's got to be the hardest decision you have to make. Like what told you it's time to just go on to something else?
It wasn't hard. I was used to playing at a super high level, so then when I started playing at regular level, it just didn't look good or feel good. Like. I can remember one time in Boston, I only had 6 points. I was like, this shit ain't me. I mean,
you curse. Yeah.
Oh, I can mother. This isn't me, and it doesn't last forever. And luckily I have things to fall back on, and I wish I could have did a little bit better at Boston last year, but I ripped my Achilles in half. My goal was to win the whole thing and then just walk away. That would have been a nice way to end the story. But I had fun and had a great press conference, and we moved on.
Who was the first guy you played against that kind of was one of your idols, or the first time you had to face somebody on the court that made you nervous?
Patrick Ewing.
Ewing?
Really?
Because when I came here to the Guard and articles, and Patrick Ewing tried to break my thumb when he gave me a fist bump, and
oh shit!
But I knew marketing-wise that if you can play in New York, you can play anywhere. So I shot it, I made it, and felt pretty good. I was like, so you know what? I'll do it.
Suffering Knicks fan right here. We would have loved to have you. Jeez. All these years, it's been a drought for the Knicks. What do you think of the Knicks team right now and Jeremy Lin and all that?
Pretty good. I've been waiting for Carmelo and Amari to step up.
Amari's out though.
Yeah, he's out
for probably the rest of the year. It's
Carmelo.
Huh?
Carmelo's a great player, but at some point in his career, he's going to have to take it personal that they talk about him fifth. When I was coming up, even though they had Ewing and Robinson, I was like, I'm going to make you guys talk about me first. I don't care who's there. So, he's a great player. He just has to, step up and lead.
Yeah.
And I tell him this every time I see him, like, hey, we need more out of you. It's not enough to, hit shots every now and then. You gotta put up big numbers and you got to dominate.
Do you think Jeremy Lin's the real deal? A lot of hype, obviously.
No, he's a good player, but what he did, kid came out of nowhere and brought the Knicks from 7 games to brought them to 500, and then reality kicked in. But he's a smart player. He's a smart player.
Have you really been training in MMA since 2000?
Yes.
What do you take, and do you like to watch it?
Oh, I love to watch it. I think those guys are phenomenal athletes. I'm kind of jealous of them. I wish, we could have did some of that stuff in the NBA, but they're great athletes.
I would like to see that too. That'd be hilarious.
It's a great sport. The Fertitta brothers and Dana White have done a fabulous job.
We love Dana.
Of just making it a great sport. And every time I get a chance, I always go. It's just fabulous.
Do you got a favorite fighter or a fight you want to see?
Well, I want to see the John Bones Jones against Rashad Evans fights.
Who do you want in that one?
Evans.
Well, no disrespect to John Bones, but I'm down with the old guys.
Are you?
So, Rashad, I've been a fan of his, and they know each other. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting fight.
I'm kind of pulling for Rashad too, because we had Bones and we had all those guys, and I always get like a move put on me or something, and he choked. He choked me and this guy Bob, but he choked a little longer than he was supposed to.
Yeah,
so
you made a great sound.
A little longer, yeah.
You just went,
and
fantastic.
You made it hurt, Shaq.
Rashad put me in a move too. What was the move? He put me on a floor move, which was awful with his thighs, but he stopped immediately. So
Rashad's
I
cool
want to see
guy.
Rashad pull it
It was
off.
a prison assault is what it was. It looked bad, man.
How about Chael Sonnen fighting Silva in Brazil in front of 80,000 people?
Who?
Chael Sonnen is fighting.
I Chael Sonnen. I never heard of him.
He fought Silva a few years ago, and he actually he beat him for 5 rounds. Shaq just looked at E-Rock walk in the middle of his interview.
He's looking behind the glass going, wait a minute, that guy was in
he's
there.
Paul.
That guy was over there.
Watch it now.
Then that guy looked like it's from one of those. Looks like one of those A&E biker shows.
Yeah.
Shaq, why are you in here, E-Rock? You just distracted our interview with Shaq.
Yeah, you just blundered in and wrecked everything. We're having fun.
I wasn't trying to. I was going to pull up the video of you getting choked.
Oh, boy.
He doesn't care about
You don't
that.
care.
Nah, what are we going to play videos for Shaq?
Yeah.
We're talking to him.
Yeah. Hey, Shaq, you want to see
E-Rock.
my home movies? What are we going to do? Bring my photo album in? Why don't you show me your comic book collection? Fucking get out. Just kidding.
Hit the bricks. Hit the bricks. You interested in guns? You like shooting or law enforcement, right?
Yeah, I'm law enforcement.
That's pretty goddamn cool.
I own a few. I just, as a guy and as a citizen, I have to be careful how I answer this question.
Yeah, I understand.
So I do what the law allows me to do.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
But do you enjoy going to the range and blasting off some rounds?
I mean, the only time I go for the range is when it's law enforcement purposes.
Oh, okay, I hear you. All right. Yeah. I understand.
Well, and plus when you're in a position where you're one of the most recognizable guys in the country. When's the last time you went somewhere where nobody in the room knew who you were and you could just kind of relax and eat? And
probably can't even.
Nowhere?
Nowhere.
Like maybe when you were teenagers the last time you were out?
Nowhere.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, that's
when
gotta
were they
be...
paying attention to you? At what age?
15.
15 years old. My God.
Ooh. Wow. I guess you get used to it. Like everything you do is going to be seen and reported on.
Right.
Does it make you text differently and email differently and communicate differently privately?
No.
You have no fear that it's going to be...
Yeah, because most of the stuff I do is not 99% felonious. So every now and then a person may sell a text or tell an email. But
right.
My mother always calls me and tells me her favorite Bible quote: "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." So you can sell a text and sell an email and get your $1,500, but it's not.
Is that how much they go for?
I guess. I don't know.
Jeez.
Thank God I'm not famous. Oh, is there a lot of dirt out there on me?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I have no. Believe me, if I ever become an athlete or become famous, there is a lot of filth.
Did you just say become an athlete?
Yeah, I was kidding. I was just kidding. Obviously, I like a little mixed martial arts. I mean, Shaq's very tall, but I could always get in there and take him down in a single.
Oh, sure. No way.
No, I stink. I mean, not only am I short, but I do a little elliptical. I mean, I don't want to talk a whole bunch of exercise with Shaq, but
What, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I'm a 30-minute elliptical guy. I play a little iPad chess on the elliptical machine.
Shaq, you still play basketball?
No, never.
Not at all? Do you shoot around or anything? You just don't want to...
I mean, I just said I'm just getting over this Achilles injury, so
wow, yeah.
Still got a little hitch, so I haven't done anything. I've been working out the last couple of weeks. Charles Barkley challenged me to a shirt-off competition May 15th, so...
Oh, wow.
So I've been...
shirt-off competition.
I've been comfortable in my skin for a long time, so I've been working out.
I love Barkley.
Yeah.
He keeps it real, too, man.
He does.
He's great to watch.
What separates you from... Because you seem almost... Like, you see a lot of guys that leave the game, but then there's guys like you and Jordan who seem to be kind of above basketball ending who you are and people knowing you? It's like you just kind of continued being Shaq in the public eye.
It's luck. I go to a lot of corporations and they ask me my strategy, and it's like, well, I don't really have a strategy. I've always just been myself. And
well, sign on the line.
Yeah, I just like to throw the product out there, and good thing about products that if it's real, the people will take to it. So I think there's a lot of kids that look at me and say, you know what, if he did it, I can do it, rather than coming in faking and trying to use the big words and doing it, because kids are the smartest beings on earth. They know who's real and they know who's making stuff up.
Did you? Because you came up in Newark for a few years before. I think you went to. I want to say it was the South or Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
And was there ever a shot where because I know you said you were doing little real light B&Es and stuff. Do you think that had you not moved out of that area, things might have gone totally differently for you?
My father probably would have stopped me. He probably would have did the police officer thing first, and then I don't know what and then the Army second.
Wow, yeah.
So.
He wasn't putting up with any of that crap, right?
Right.
He was an old school disciplinarian, too.
He was an old school disciplinarian. I always tell people I live the Karate Kid sort of life. Go from the projects of Newark to Germany to down South Texas to Louisiana. And I think that's why I'm able to relate to all people.
When did you know that you had the basketball skills? Because it's assumed that a tall guy knows how to play basketball. We've seen it in every high school in America. But when did you realize, oh, I got something here?
I mean, I was always a very shy kid. I didn't get confidence till I heard Dick Vitale say, this guy, if he decides to go to the NBA, he'll be the #1 pick.
Wow.
Because coming out of high school, I was always ranked after New York's own Kenny Anderson.
No, really?
So I was always, behind him all the years. So they talked about him more than they talked about me. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not that good. But then I went to the McDonald's game and showed off, and he was like, this guy's going to be the best big man ever. And then one day I was in college, and a guy who I never really liked because I was Magic Johnson, and I had a white friend named Mitch Riles who looked and acted like Larry Bird. So he used to kick my ass every day. So I didn't like Larry Bird for that reason. But one day I'm walking in college, and Larry Bird says, Shaquille O'Neal will be the best big man ever to play the game. Wow. And I was like, damn, Larry Bird knows who I am.
Then all of a sudden you like Larry Bird.
Yeah, I was like, I love you, Larry, legend.
And Robert Parrish said, fuck you, and walked out. This is one of the most interesting things I learned about you. You're a really good dancer.
Yes.
And I cut a rug now and again, but I would never say I'm a good dancer. Why did you become a good dancer?
Because before I started playing basketball, I was a break dancer.
Really?
And yeah, I was a break dancer. And basketball is all about rhythm. So, I think that's what makes me a dominant big man. I got rhythm. I got moves. Basketball is 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can see where you'd be a good dancer.
Dancing is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I can see that would help your game, Jimmy.
This was like the interesting thing was at a young age, because you always think that a big guy or a strong guy has everything. And you obviously, like you said, you had people pick on you or fuck with you, so you had to develop these things so that you said to distract from them seeing that about you. You learned.
I had to do what all the little guys was doing. Guys was break dancing, and it was flipping, and it was running fast, and it was climbing up walls and doing parkour before it was called parkour. So I did everything they did.
I couldn't even pop lock. I tried. We all tried when breaking came out. I think I'm a couple years older. Just not my thing.
Any embarrassing pictures of you in a neon suit and big puffy hat breakdancing?
No.
No, huh?
That video would sell.
Oh, yeah, man.
A young Shaq breakdancing?
Bringing out the piece of cardboard in the boombox.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I say you also you stuttered when you were younger. Was that a constant thing? And how did you overcome that?
I overcame it. I met this speech therapist one day. She said, just be cool when you talk. Just be cool.
What would happen? Would you get scared?
No, just like try to talk fast or get nervous, and then it would stutter. But now I know how to be cool with it. I know how to fake a smile or say and just move on to something else.
Huh.
Like, hey, I love the show.
I guess it helps if you can laugh at yourself too, because guys.
I always laugh at myself.
Did that come from getting teased growing up, and you had to learn to fire back, or you were a dead man?
No, just like to laugh. I think people that take themselves a little too seriously need to turn up their sense of humor levels. I love to laugh. I mean, I grew up watching Good Times, Sanford and Son, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley. I love to laugh.
Red Fox, I just read his book. Hilarious guy, but not a good business. That's an example of a guy who constantly made odd business decisions. He's like, did nobody love you enough to tell you not to invest in a fucking car fur on the outside of the car? He did.
It looked cool.
It was whatever it's called.
It looked cool though.
But put fur on the outside of your car, and he didn't consider the fact that it would rain, and he lost $1 million doing that.
He wanted to make it a business instead of just for his own car.
Hilarious.
He was just one of those guys. He was a good guy. He gave out a lot of money. He was a generous dude, and he just
Sanford & Son was an amazing show.
he needed a guy like you in his life. Who's your favorite comic if you had to pick one?
It's a lot. You know, in this world we live in, we don't have to just go with one anymore. There's just a lot. I mean, Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock and Chris Tucker and Cat Williams and now Kevin Hart, and we got a new one that we're working on, Gary Owens, who's a white guy.
Yeah, he's from Beater.
It's a lot of comedians. But the good thing about comedy is like there's different type of comedies. Like I love the guy who does the redneck jokes.
Jeff Foxworthy.
You love Foxworthy?
Oh my God, it's funny. I like him, and I like their style of comedy, and I just love laughing.
If you weren't a ball player, or if you weren't an athlete, would you want to be an actor or a professional dancer or a comic? Like, what would you?
I would love to be an actor, an action star, one of those big, strong, guys on TV who really didn't have to act, just say.
Like Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Carl Weathers, just say, the one crazy line that's going to make me a lot of money. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he gets an award.
Yeah, it's like one of those lines that kind of sinks in. Like for Eastwood, it was "Go ahead, make my day."
Yeah.
For Schwarzenegger, there's always that one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, Arnold had quite a few.
There's nothing worse than somebody trying to have one of those lines and it fails miserably. Call me in an hour. You're like, oh, fail,
an hour.
Fail, terrible.
You say you have a sense of humor about yourself. Have you seen some of the parodies people have done of you?
Of course.
On I remember one from, I think it was Mad TV.
Yeah,
and they were doing your Icy Hot commercial, doing a parody of it. It was hilarious, man.
And I actually, sometimes like when I see comedians, I say, "Hey, talk about me."
Oh yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
That's cool.
I don't get mad. I like to laugh.
You know who told me to talk about him? I was hosting the Porn Awards in 2004, and Mike Tyson was on the expo floor. So we got introduced very, very briefly. And he kept telling me, he's like, "Go up, tell everybody I'm a pimp. Tell everybody I'm a pimp. Talk about me tomorrow." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, Mike." Of course I didn't, because
why wouldn't you?
Because he didn't show up.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to Tyson.
Oh yeah, you kind of yes somebody to death when they're fucking. Have you met? He's a menacing guy. Even though he's a nice guy, Tyson is. There's nothing scarier than a championship heavyweight fighter.
I've met Tyson, and he's a great guy. I actually went to visit him when he was incarcerated.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to visit him, and he's always been very, very hospitable to me. Great guy.
Yeah, he was pleasant both times I met him.
Yeah, nice guy.
There's this air though. You kind of feel with a guy like Tyson, like there's not that professional amateur boundary. If I do something stupid, he's gonna react to me like a man, not a detached.
What are you gonna be?
Well, exactly, a victim. What am I gonna be? The fucking plaintiff.
He's gonna knock.
I said he's gonna knock you the fuck out. We all know that. There's a few guys you just know.
Exactly.
God, that's hilarious.
Like Chuck Liddell would do that. Yep. Chuck Liddell would.
I'd be more scared of John Jones than fucking Chuck for some reason, because he's a younger guy, man. Like
Chuck. Chuck's a brawler.
Yeah.
John could throw some blows too, but Chuck's one of those guys at the bar.
Yeah, Chuck looks like he's a bar prop.
No, we're talking about the guys that would just snap. Oh, Liddell would snap in an instant.
Liddell lay like a beer stein upside your head and then just pound you.
He alpha males you when he talks to, but he doesn't mean to. Like he's a really nice dude, but he kind of just like leans in with his big barrel chest and his fucking face is right by your ear, and you're like, people think he's menacing me, but he's like, "I really enjoyed you," and you're like, "Well, thanks."
Don't forget about how he breathes like a bull too.
Yeah, because his nose
the
has
whole
been broken
time.
a couple times.
Yeah.
He came to the Improv one night with Dana. I was in L.A. and he's fucking heckling me. I'm being heckled by Liddell.
What do you do?
I laughed it off like a girl. I tee-heat him. I didn't fucking.
Well, you should.
Speaking of fighting, I just want to tell Shaq, I'm so glad I didn't knock on your door. We were on vacation at the same time. You have no idea. Trust me, I know that. But you were down in Turks and Caicos. This is about 4 or 5 years ago. And me and my now wife were in a room, and someone was making a lot of fucking noise upstairs. And I'm like, I'm going to go up there and say something. Turned out, to make a long story short, it was you upstairs.
Was it me or the kids?
You had everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You had a lot of people down there.
Yeah,
they pretty much had the
Sorry.
No, but I'm thinking, I'm going to be a man and do the right thing.
You're
And,
in Turks. What are you trying to do? Sleep?
well, it was later at night, man.
Like, go out.
And then I learned through the week that Shaq's staying right upstairs. And then you would I don't know if you want to hear this, but this guy was beyond cool to every freaking person that came up to him that week. Beyond cool.
Yeah, is that frustrating too? Like, is there ever a place where people bother you where you're like, look, I know you're a fan, but right now, come on.
No, not really. I just try to be polite. Like the other day I was at a Fogo de Chao, the place where they bring the meat on. So I'm eating.
Oh yeah,
is that Korean barbecue?
No,
it's like Brazilian.
Yeah.
So I was
with the paddle, with the red. You don't go red ever, do you?
No, I go green.
Oh,
you go green the entire
I know what you mean.
time. They will bring you all sorts of meat until you finally put that paddle to red.
Until you ask for the ham. They get very pissy if you ask for the ham. You have to. They never just bring the ham out.
Why would you go for the ham?
Fucking ham is phenomenal. It's lovely.
They got so much good stuff. Yes.
Oh yeah, that stuff.
So I was eating, and the lady was like in mid-bite. Can you take a picture? I was like, not right now, man. I'm eating.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I'll either say yes or I'll try to give you a polite no.
I never understood, like, that's like the hackiest thing a fan can do is come up to somebody while they're eating. It's like everyone knows that's not the time to do it.
I was like, you want me to drop the sausage? Take a picture?
I'll drop the sausage.
So. I don't think so, lady.
Yeah, I'll ask anybody, but never while they're eating. It's like it's like wait outside if you want. Like make yourself inconvenient, stand there and wait, and then try to get somebody.
Jimmy's the pro at that.
Last time I went there, I went with my cousins and a couple uncles, and we all had shit stories the next day. Well, you're packing so much meat.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're amazed what your body can do the next day.
So much meat. Were you next to me in the bathroom stall?
One of my cousins.
That's my nickname. Pack a lot of meat.
One of my cousins.
Call him Red Paddle.
Couldn't wait to call me and tell me he shit the whole way back home on the Long Island Railroad.
Oh,
we were eating so much meat.
We
can't eat there every week.
It's a pleasant story.
But it is a bunch of guys relating.
Yeah,
there's one on 46th Street called Plataforma, which is really good. And
I think that's the one I went to.
It's fucking fantastic. And we ate at them in Rio. You ever been to Rio?
Yes.
They have, in between, brothel breaks, you have to have food. And I would run to the
brothel
original
breaks. Can you define that, please?
Well, I would take 100 milligram Viagra and run into a place and just
brothel.
Yeah, brothel.
Okay.
Yeah, I really misbehaved
with a bunch of comedians.
Yeah, a bunch of us went.
And they would just laugh at each other in their bathrobes.
It was fun.
With their hard-ons and.
Yeah, it was
brothel place. Is that the place you can get the regular massage or the home run massage?
Oh, they didn't play. No, there was not even the hint of massage. It was like I like you because there was no language connection.
Yeah.
And it's weird how you make out with girls in that situation. Like I was kissing prostitutes.
Jesus,
I don't say that proudly, but I did. I don't know why I'm talking about this. So. Dove products are.
When you're done, you really want to scrub up and then smell good afterwards. And I suggest Dove, that body wash that Shaq is
Be
promoting.
Comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
Is that kind of the theme of it?
Yeah, that's the slug line.
Because it actually does smell. It's weird. When
I like it. I really do.
No, it's nice. It's really nice.
What do they have? They have it because we only got the deodorant and I think like the face and body wash. Do they have other stuff? Or
they got shampoo?
Yeah, they got all that stuff.
And creams and stuff like that?
I'm going shampoo now.
They got soap. They got everything.
What do you do when you get a product pitched to you? Do you say, all right, let me try this for a week and see if I like it?
Well, if I've never tried it before, I'll just be like, nah, probably not. Like, for example, after my first championship, Wheaties contacted me. But I told my my manager, who was my Uncle Mike, I was like, growing up in Newark, we couldn't afford Wheaties. But if you call Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops, tell them I want to be on the cover. So he contacted them. They weren't really doing it. So
they wouldn't really call them?
No, he called them, but they was like, well, no, we've never really done it before.
But
so,
why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah, so the second year, he's like, hey, Wheaties want you again. I'm like, nah, man.
Right.
Frosted Flakes. And I even added ones like Rice Krispies. Right. Fruit Loops. So the third year, I was like, you know what? Forget all those people. Just call Corn Flakes.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do it. So then after the one in Miami, D Wade had a deal with Wheaties, so they put me and him on the cover.
Isn't that weird? Like what bad marketing by the company to not have you on the cover eating wheat. It's like, or I'm sorry, or whatever. Frosted Flakes.
Yeah. That's just dumb on their part.
What a
Fruit Loops gets Shaq on their cereal boxes. Everyone would be talking about that.
Probably some dumb marketing executive. Well, technically, it could be, it could be a fan of the Spurs who might not buy it. Not realizing that's just great advertising.
I remember my parents telling me, like, because I love Frosted Flakes. And it's like, I want Frosted Flakes. And they're like, we'll get corn flakes. You put a little sugar on it. It's the same thing. It's like, no, but it's not the same thing.
It's not, but like when you're growing up, like how we grew up.
Oh, it'll do. Believe me. Yeah.
I got
Frosted Flakes, man.
I know, this is the best. I got one more basketball question. You think LeBron James is going to get it done? Ever?
One day, yeah. I think he will. One day.
You think he'll get it done in Miami with Dwayne and
it's
Bosh?
set up that way. It's set up.
Well,
that way.
obviously.
It's,
but now all the other teams are catching up, and they're getting their superstar team together.
It took Mike how many years to get it?
Well, I want to say
6.
5
Did it
or
take
6.
him 6 years?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Did he not get it until after Pippen was there? Or was Pippen always there?
No, I'm not sure. It took him 6.
He won it with Pippen.
8.
8 years.
Took me 8.
Took you 8?
Yeah, it took me 8.
Wow. I couldn't believe you played 19 years. I was like, because I remember when your career started. It's like, Jesus Christ, that was a 20-year run.
So I mean, hopefully he will get it. But the unfortunate thing, the greater you are, one is not enough. Like I can remember busting my ass to get one, and then like they let me celebrate on ESPN one day, and then could the Lakers become a dynasty? Did they get 2? So
now you gotta.
Yeah, so then you gotta get 2. Can they get 3? And then after we lost the third one, the Lakers are terrible. Trade Shaq. Shaq's too old. And then when I got one,
you ever get frustrated by the media?
Yeah.
Does some of that stuff eat away at you ever?
I only get frustrated when the ones that don't have G14 classification speak. But I used it to drive me, and I use it to motivate me. So,
what is G14 classification? I mean, again, for the listeners, I mean, we know, but
for me, like if you never played, then I don't know how you could speak on certain situations. That's all. I mean, everyone has an opinion. I respect opinion, but don't tell me how to be a big man when you're not a big man.
Like you would listen to Barkley saying it, obviously.
No, not even Barkley. Because,
oh, really? Because he never won a championship.
No, not only that, but because I'm more classified than he is.
Nice.
So,
I like that.
Like for example, Bill Walton only had 6,000 points. Mm-hmm. Like he would say certain things, and I'd be like, "How do you know, Bill? I got 20,000 points already." You know what I'm saying? So my thing with Bill is like, we're both in the federal building, but you're on the lower floor and I'm up. It's only 2 guys that have more clearance than me, and that's Kareem and Wilt Chamberlain.
Who else would you put in the top 5 centers of all time? Obviously Shaq, Wilt, Kareem.
I don't put myself in the top 5.
Well, you're being humble. We would.
No, I never did.
Sir.
But you gotta go with Bill, Kareem, and Wilt. Those 3, and then I'm gonna put either Akeem or Patrick Ewing in front of me.
We're getting.
They're telling us we have to wrap up with Shaq.
Shaq's busy guy.
He has other press, but let's just give a good plug.
I want to stay here.
That's nice. Thank
I
you.
love these guys, especially this weird-looking guy in the back with
Sam.
with the big eyebrows.
I know. Does he look like a Muppet?
Yeah.
We're not sure of his race or gender. He's just kind of creepy.
He looks Spanish.
What is that?
White in Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
Maybe you're Spanish. We're trying to figure it out.
And the camera girl's hot. Hey, sexy camera girl.
Hey, you still with hoops?
Yes.
Love the hoops.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hoops is sexy. Sorry, I mean,
well,
I hope
Jesus,
watch your mouth, man. What the hell's going?
Love the hoops.
I gotta get out of this show.
I love the hoops.
Kill this guy.
The product is Dove products, the Dove line. Be comfortable in your skin. And they're honestly, it's easy just to say it, but they really are good. And I've been using them for the last, 5 days since we had them.
Yeah,
and they smell great, and they really are good.
I'm psychic. She's from Detroit.
You?
Oh, wow.
I didn't even notice that.
That's great. You are observant. She's been in here 50 times, and I've never noticed that.
Detroit tat.
I just look at a woman's eyes.
I know how to read people.
So thanks, Shaquille.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might ask you to take a photo, but again, just for the website,
All right.
I normally wouldn't.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Big fan, man.
Thanks, man.
See you guys. All right.
Yeah, please come back and see us. Shaq, everyone.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
What's up?
What's up, Doc? Can we rock? What's up, Doc? Can we
E-Rock just yelled in my ear. I might have lost my eardrum.
What did he say?
Holy fuck. Is your volume up loud today, E-Rock?
Sorry, it must be.
This is Shaq's, yeah, I know.
Oh, you didn't play this before. Wait
have
till
time before.
Wait till he was out of here. Played it when he was coming in. And we'd have been like all embarrassed.
Shaq was beyond cool.
What a great
Totally.
Beyond cool.
Yeah.
Didn't mind what we asked, soft-spoken. And I know, you know when these guys are cool when they hang out after the interview's over
And
for a
talk
few
for a
minutes
few
and
minutes.
talk
Yes.
for a few more minutes.
Not just run out of the place.
Right.
Run out of the joint.
Aziz
Aziz
finally
Ansari
has
is
made
here.
it to the Opie and Anthony show.
How about you, sir?
Finally.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you're on the road all the time anyway.
I was telling him outside the studio how much we like Observe and Report.
It's one of my favorite comedies
Report.
of all time.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I know you've done a lot, but to us, man, that movie fucking rocked.
That was a fun one.
I'm sorry.
Go, man.
We
go.
surprised it didn't make more. I was like, because Mall Cop makes $100 million. I thought Observe and Report was much funnier.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that other one came up first, and like it's a little bit darker and everything. So
The darker one is a little bit harder.
yeah, harder sell for people, I guess. I don't know.
I liked it like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's my preference.
I hated Mall Cop. I couldn't even get through the whole thing.
I never saw it.
I don't know if you want to trash the movie. That's up to you. But I'll tell you right now, 45 minutes in, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I didn't laugh once in 45 minutes. And it made all that fucking money. I don't get it.
I just thought Observe and Report, we talk about it all the time, it was just so fucking harsh. It was like, that's what I would have done with a skateboard, smash it off somebody's head, or like in a comedy.
I love that.
That's what you'd want to do. And you and Seth just had a scene where you were just saying fuck you to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jody just pitched that on the spot. He's like, the director is like, oh, just keep going back, and then the last one is like really just whisper it. It's funny.
Did you get a picture with Shaquille?
No, it's so weird. Like, I wanted to go and be like, hey, good to meet you or whatever, and then I was just scared. I was like, oh, I don't want to bother him. But it's not like he's gonna be like, shut up, and like slap me down on the ground. Like, people are nice people. There's no reason for to be so scared.
And it's not eating.
Yeah.
Are you shy about that? Because there was one night at the Cellar where the word was LeBron James, and who else was coming that night?
A bunch of the Miami Heat guys were in town, and they wanted to come to the Cellar, and they came down. Yeah,
They came to see Aziz, though. They weren't coming just to the Cellar.
Oh, really?
They knew Aziz was there, and LeBron and those guys were coming to see him specifically. And it's like, you didn't even take a picture afterwards.
No, I feel weird about taking pictures. You have the opposite policy.
He is. Oh, yeah. Jimmy loves a good picture.
He was kind of practicing his Shaq picture today. Make sure it's going to work.
I had to, because I have an Abdul-Jabbar. I want to fucking book him.
Yeah, and E-Rock has become the go-to guy for Jimmy's pictures, because Jimmy will try everyone out. I used to take the pictures for Jimmy. I think I failed somewhere
Quite a
along the line.
responsibility, E-Rock.
Because I'm never asked
that's
anymore.
Your one shot. If it's blurry or something, it's a
man.
big fail.
Yeah, it really is.
Roland was your guy for a while, but now I see E-Rock's your picture
E-Rock
taker.
has a better camera. My camera fucking really irritates me.
Really?
Yeah. But
you
I was
gotta get
impressed that you
another
didn't
one.
do that. I was like, I wish I was like that, because it takes so much pressure off to it. You can just enjoy a situation.
Yeah.
Are you nervous when guys like that watch you? Like, because Kanye West has come down to see Aziz. Like, you have a lot of famous friends. And does that make you, when there's a guy like that in the audience, do you really think differently, or do you just honestly not give a shit?
I don't know. I guess, you want to do well because they've come to see you. I mean, it's just like any friend coming to see you, want to give them a good show, and you don't want to, like, do bad and be like, oh, this guy's awful. He's wasting his time all the time doing this. He does this every night, and he's awful.
Yeah, and then they have to give you the polite. And what's worse than when you bomb in front of a friend? They're like, hey, no, it was good.
They should just come up and go, you ate your balls.
and then you're just like, oh, well, that crowd was weird or whatever. Like, yeah, it's definitely a weird crowd. You're horrible, but yes.
It's really uncomfortable because they're trying to make you feel better, and you're like, just let's acknowledge what happened. That really stunk. But you work, though. It's like you come down, you see Aziz, and there's fucking, he's got his headphones on in between shows, you're writing things down. It's like you don't take for granted the fact that you're doing well, which I like a lot.
Well, I mean, I just remember starting out doing comedy, like, it's so hard to even get spots. Like, you're like, oh, I got this many spots, and you really appreciate them. And now, like, after you do a bunch of stuff, you can get spots all the time. It's like, I feel like you owe it to, like, all those people that would give anything for that spot to just really, give 100% and really try to, like, get better and do something with it, not just like...
No, just coast. Come on.
Yeah.
That's it. You've done enough.
What do you want to do? Like, because right now you got Aziz is promoting Dangerously Delicious. It's available for $5. on azizansari.com, and it's AZIZANSARI.com.
Right.
Kind of in the Louis C.K. model, which is so fucking
That's
smart.
what everyone's calling it, the Louis C.K. model. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to put it out online. I filmed the special like in June of last year, and I paid for it myself because I wanted to put it out online because I saw like how many people would watch like clips of my last special on YouTube versus like DVD sales, and it's like, all right, well, clearly way more people are watching this stuff online. So, you know, I feel like corporations and stuff, their thing is like, oh, how do we stop people from watching it on YouTube? And my kind of thought was like, well, if that's what people want to do, like, how do I like embrace this? And so I was talking to all these different people about trying to figure out like a way to do kind of a unique digital release. And then Louis was like editing his special, and I was just hanging out at his place, like watching the special with him. And he told me what he was doing, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that'll work, because I wasn't sure if enough people would find out about it, you know, without a network behind it and everything. And it was like a huge success, obviously, and immediately people were like, oh, will you do the same thing? Could you do the same thing? And like, people just seem to really like it, you know? As soon as I put mine out there, everyone was like, oh, I'm so glad you did this. I hope more and more comics do this, because, I don't know, it just seems like people really respect that way of putting it out.
It's great. It's fucking really smart, dude.
Because they've been ripping off, you know, the artists
and they feel
for
like
a
they're
long time.
getting one over on, you know, the record companies.
Right.
It's going to the artists instead of to 20 levels of fucking
Fuck the
management.
middleman.
Yeah.
And the idea of buying some hard copy of something these days just doesn't appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah, they'd
fucking
rather just have it
DVDs
instantly.
and CDs and shit like that. I'd rather have it instantly. I'd rather be able to get it in my house, not have to go out for it. And I don't want to have to stack it up on a shelf somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's the guys that can do it. Like Louis is a great guy to do it first. Aziz, Gaffigan. These are all guys with a huge web presence. You know, Aziz, what, 1.8 or 1.7 million Twitter. It's like, you got to have that to start to kind of get this trend going. Because I have a fan base, but not like that. Like, I can't, if I released it right now, they'd be like, epic fail.
Oh, jeez.
Because I would sell a few copies, but I wouldn't even make my money back at this point. So the more guys that do it, the bigger that becomes, and then it's fucking better for all of
becomes
us.
the thing to do.
Yeah, I'm really happy the guys
Did
are
you
doing
just say
this.
1.8 million Twitter followers?
I think it's
halfway to me.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
1.8 or 1.7.
Holy fuck. How did that happen?
I don't know.
You know,
that happened?
we plug like whores, and we're in.
That's
we're
why.
only in, we don't. I don't even want to tell you. Oh my god.
The difference, I could be
Holy
off.
shit.
I could be off in Aziz's followers. The difference between my entire follower list is 1.8 or 1.7.
Right.
But again, these are the guys that should be doing stuff like that.
You're a good one to follow, by the way. They're fun, Aziz.
Oh, thanks.
Some guys are a bore out there, and they're funny. And they're funny people, though. It's like, how about you do a little funny on the Twitter for us?
Do you worry at the point you're at now saying something that's going to get you in trouble because you have a TV gig?
No.
And,
you hear what he said about Geraldo?
No, I absolutely.
Yeah.
The funniest thing in the world to me is like, I forget sometimes that news outlets, whenever big news happens, they read people's Twitters and they like quote it like it's a quote from an interview, and it's like, hey man, that I wouldn't say that to you. I'm just saying that because I'm being a goofball on Twitter.
Right.
But the Geraldo thing, happened, and I tweeted something like, I said it's appropriate to say this on any day, but today especially, fuck you, Geraldo. And I just wrote that on Twitter, and then I have to read this. It was some respectable news. It was like the Hollywood Reporter or something.
Oh, brother.
And this is
There is a difference between what you tweet and what you would say to somebody
Not
if asked
anymore.
for a
Yes, if
quote.
you're asked.
Not anymore, man.
But in this case, normally
I
I'm
agree
like
with you,
really
bud.
not supportive of that. But in this case, I actually am glad they did it because it's so funny to me. But in the headline it says, Geraldo Rivera says Trayvon Martin's hoodie made him a target, receives major backlash. The Fox News commentator says Martin's killer should be prosecuted, but that the victim's attire put him at fault too. Aziz Ansari responds, fuck you, Geraldo.
That is
must be
a
like
great
some
quote.
kid that's just like, this will be funny to do this.
That's a good quote, man.
But it also sounds like, oh, well, that's your take on it? Just fuck you, Geraldo?
Fuck
Real
you.
intelligent analysis of the situation, Aziz.
But the way that's written, it's almost like Putin says something and Obama responds. It was almost like,
Yeah.
like you guys are, it's like you're both news. One guy's a journalist, one guy's a stand-up comic, and it
Yeah.
is funny the way.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It does knock down all the barriers, though. It seems like guys in different professions or bloggers now have almost as much juice as actual news people, comedians as much as journalists?
Yeah, well, that's another thing, too, though. It's like if someone puts up, like, a Tumblr or something, and then you see news articles, like, quoting it as a source. It's like, that's not a source.
Right.
That's just because somebody bought a website doesn't mean, like, what they've written on there has any,
Is
like,
true.
truth or anything.
I love when people, like, cut and paste something from somewhere, and they're like, oh, check this out. And I'll read it and be like, so I'll cut and paste it and put it in Google and see where it came from. And you realize it's completely without any basis, without any facts, no checking up on anything. And it's just some guy's blog. It's like, oh, really? Is this fucking, I don't think he's winning the Edward R. Murrow Award for reporting.
I've done
horrible.
I've done so many interviews with, like, some, places that are respectable, and they're like, they've clearly done their research on Wikipedia, and it's like, that's not a real thing.
Yeah, you go to Snopes.com a lot of times and see if something's bullshit. And it's like, oh yeah, this is a story that originated back in 1986 with this, that, and people be like, dude, check this shit out. Like, really? You're buying this? And then you realize that's what most people are doing, going, oh wow, that's true. No, it's not.
Or when they interview you and they ask you, like, from the Wikipedia, something that's such an unimportant. I had one line in Spider-Man. It was fun for us, but nobody gives a shit. It's one line in 2001. And I'll go on the radio sometimes, like in another market, they'll go, so you were in Spider-Man. And I'm like, I didn't fucking co-star in it. I was like a quarter step above an extra. Like, where do you want me to go with this discussion? A funny story behind that. Traffic on the fucking Queensboro Bridge. Well,
you were the surly truck driver.
But
Come on, Jimmy.
But when they do their research on Wikipedia, they don't understand how insignificant some things are.
Yeah, and the person that wrote it has, they just picked the random things they wanted to mention,
We're probably guilty of that, too.
Of course we are. That's all we do.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it is convenient.
Yeah. I don't know what we got on you on the sheet.
Yeah, let's see what bullshit we have.
Okay, he did say fuck you. We'll let you see your one sheet.
Okay.
He did say fuck you. Following Lucy.
Oh, and you have that Hollywood Report, yeah.
Yes, we did
We
that.
got that.
Done.
And getting ready to start touring his next special, Buried Alive, next month. True or false?
That is true.
Oh, good.
One thing, man, just to be clear, the new tour, it's all new material.
Right.
So many people ask me, like, is it the same material? It's like, wouldn't that be horrible to, like, put out a special and then say the exact same stuff?
shit you did last time.
The exact same hour. Like, I don't want to watch a special because I'm going to a live show. It's like, no, I'm going to do different stuff. Don't worry.
You try doing a new hour every year?
Yeah, I film the Parks and Recreation show, and we shoot 3 weeks, and then we have a week off. And we have a week off, I usually come back to New York and try to do a lot of stand-up and work on stuff, and try to work on it in L.A. too. But, I've been writing stuff for a few months, and I got it to a new hour, and I'm ready to tour it. Yeah.
And Parks and Recreation is a great show, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Really critically acclaimed. So.
Yes, very fun.
You should relax a little bit, though. Jeez, working.
He's blowing up right in front of everyone's eyes.
God.
And he does work, though. It's like when you see a guy with headphones on or just obviously caring about the set and the material and not bullshitting around and not just, hey, I got an hour and fucking. It's like you like to see that.
Aziz, what was your big break? Because I feel like you just came out of nowhere all of a sudden. And then everyone just knew you. But what was the big break that really put you over the top, you think?
I guess it was kind of a slow build. Like, I was doing stand-up, and then I started winning some little things like Aspen and things like that, and then I was making these short films with some friends, and then that got us a show on MTV we did called Human Giant. It was a sketch comedy show. And then that kind of became a calling card for different acting stuff, those little small roles in different movies, and then Parks and Recreation, and then that kind of led to other stuff. So
yeah,
I guess those were kind of the big steps.
Yeah.
And then the whole time I've been doing stand-up, and I put out a stand-up special in 2010, January 2010 was the first special I put out.
Wow.
Yeah, but the constant draw
overnight.
has always been the yes.
I know
overnight, 11 years.
Yeah.
Have you been at 11 years?
I'll hit 11 years
Wow.
in May of this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
First time I saw Aziz, I think Manny from the Comedy Cellar loved him. I mean, of course we would tease Manny because we thought he was trying to sexually abuse. That's the way to treat each other.
That was such a weird thing. Like, I did stand up like my third time ever, and it was like one of these new talent nights at the Comedy Cellar. And it was just like one of those things where the crowd was just like super into me, like the material was horrible or whatever, but like for some reason I just like really killed just being like comfortable on stage and natural and whatever. And Manny, who was the manager owner of the Comedy Cellar, who's like, which is like, the hardest club to get past at in New York, was like, you should do the main show. And I was like, all right,
Jesus
sure.
Christ.
But I'd been doing it for like not long at all. So, it's just like, it was this weird thing where I was like, well, of course I have to like take advantage and try to do it. But it's like, I wasn't ready at all. But he was really super nice to me. And
yeah, Manny loved him. And Manny was a hard one because he knew everybody. And I think Manny's probably the funniest guy I've ever known. Like, for real. He was funnier than any of the comics. He would literally could hold court at the table with a bunch of dumb comics. And I mean, Patrice, myself, DePaulo, Colin, and we would all just sit there and laugh. He could dominate any conversation. So he had, like, when Manny liked something, you had a lot of respect for the fact that he liked it, because he wasn't some fucking idiot. He was a funny dude. And of course, we had to tease him with, Manny molesting jokes, because that's what we do to each other. You can't just be nice to your friends and go, oh, that's nice, you found someone you like. So, look, according to the list here, you do play Tom Haverford on Parks and Recreation.
Yes,
that's
my character.
Oh, let me correct it. It's Packers, P-A-K-R-S. Who the fuck wrote this?
Whoops.
Oh.
Whoops.
Have you been in 30 minutes or less? Get him to the Greek, funny people, and observe and report.
Yes, all those films. Accurate information.
This is the worst one sheet ever. Not that it's bad information, but it's
I like it.
It's none of it tells you anything about Aziz. We like a little bit of in-depth stuff. Where Aziz was raised here or this, that.
Yeah, something.
Oh, this is good. Have you hung out with Jay-Z and Kanye West, and are you in the video for Otis?
Yes, I am in that video.
What are we, Entertainment Tonight? What the hell is that? Oh, God.
Well, what are we supposed to have?
But these are not even good bullet points.
I like it. It's great.
Yeah,
good show prep.
What made you want to do stand-up? I'll always ask other comics that.
Not my job.
What made me want to do stand-up? I was in college, and it was just I would tell stories and things like that to just friends hanging out, and a couple of times people were like, oh, you should try to do stand-up, maybe a new talent night. And the first one I did was one of those new talent nights at the Comedy Cellar. And I really enjoyed it. And it was just something I was like, oh, I want to get really good at this. And that was always kind of the thing. It wasn't like, I want to be an actor, I want to, do a sitcom or anything like that. It was just like, oh, I really enjoy stand-up and I want to try to get better at this. And then I've just been doing it ever since then.
You weren't scared shit when you went up there first time?
Yeah, I was. But, a lot of my friends had heard I was doing it, so a lot of them came out. So it was kind of like I had a little bit of a,
they're all assholes.
Safety net.
Friends. Friends stink. They're the first ones to go, boo, you suck.
I'm sure there was people that came and were like, oh, God, it was horrible. Why is can you believe this guy? He's going out every night to do this.
Have you ever had a chick come see you and then you have a bad set in front of a girl? That's the fucking worst.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That bad? Yeah.
It's no good.
That's horrible.
Do they just completely turn off to you? It's like,
No.
I mean, it's definitely not a turn on.
Yeah, I guess it would be a lot better to kill and
I've been doing this 10, 11 years, and I'm bad at it.
And I suck.
Walk me through this, though. You find a lady you like, and then you invite her down to see your comedy?
Yeah,
and then you bomb horribly?
Let's say you're doing a spot at the Cellar. The way it works is you go on stage, and there's that little area where we call the jumper seats. There's 3 seats where the comedians will put their guests off to the side, and your guest will sit there. And then you're on, and you hear some people talking, and you're about 30 seconds into it, and a couple jokes get nothing, and then you hear like, oh. And you're like, uh-oh, she's right there. And you start bombing, and you're like, she's fucking watching me bomb. And it's humiliating.
No.
And you keep looking for Artie Fuqua or William Stevenson to come in and give you the light.
Like,
and
get the fuck off.
Because you just
killing the crowd.
And then you start pulling out your A shit, and that starts bombing because the crowd already hates you.
That's the worst. We're like, well, let me pull out the big guns. They're like, oh, no, the big guns are failing, too.
Punch out. You're going in.
It's the worst when you feel you have ammunition, and then your ammunition fucking just falls flat.
Wow.
I was doing a set like a couple nights ago. There's one friend I brought to a couple times. He's a musician, and I really respect his music. And when I brought him like a couple months ago, and it didn't go well. And then I was like, all right, I'll bring him again. I've been doing this new stuff. It's going really well. And then it's just going bad. And I was like, fuck, this guy's just bad luck or something. And I was just like, it was annoying because, you do these shows, and I don't think people realize, like, oh, I've said this stuff before. I've said a version of a lot of this stuff before, and it's killed. That's why I'm saying it again. I have recordings of it. And I always thought it'd be amazing just to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna play you another audience. I'm gonna play you
Listen to this.
10 other audiences laughing hysterically at what I just said to prove that you're wrong. You're an outlier. You're in the minority. Your opinion is of the minority.
That always amazed me, like, when you guys talk about that, like, oh, yeah, fucking bombed last night. And you're doing the same stuff that killed the night before, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why it's not working on one night, and it works fine the next night.
Yeah, I mean, you could have, like, a joke that has worked 99 times, and then you do it the 100th time, and something weird, doesn't work.
Is it the crowd most of the time, or is it you? Like, what does that?
What's the old expression? Never blame the audience, even though it's always their fault.
That's great.
There's that quote I think like Chappelle or someone said, like, jokes are like tires, like eventually they lose their tread. Like, and I believe that because I think eventually the audience can sense you've lost your enthusiasm for that joke. Even if it's like the super subtle thing. I think it's a variation of the thing, like whenever you do crowd work and you come up with something in the moment, that always destroys. And you can kind of try to recreate that and it'll never have that same laugh. But I think that thing that makes people laugh harder because something's coming from the moment, it's also the same thing when you tell a joke and it's very fresh and you're still excited by it. There's subtle, weird things that I think people pick up on.
That makes
it's
total
alive.
sense.
It's alive. And it's corny to say that, but they feel something.
That makes sense.
There's a real,
a genuine enthusiasm or genuine belief in the joke. And then I think over time, when you've said it so many times and you hate it, although there's some people that have fucking done the same jokes.
Man,
I don't know how they still have enthusiasm.
I want to hug them. Like, how do you say that again?
I mean, there are bits I've seen people do, like. When I started comedy, like,
oh my god,
10 years doing the same
to this
bit,
day,
like 10 years, 11 years. I'm like,
with that fake little chuckle, like they just thought of it.
Why do they do that?
I mean, it's like I think it's like Jim said. You kind of want to hug them. You're like, great.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know.
I want to go back to Jimmy, so because I did have one last question. So you bomb on stage. The woman doesn't really know you. You're trying to impress her. Now you have to walk up to her. What's your move?
Well, what you do is you walk out of the way this comedy, and again, this I'm just using the cellar as the example physically. Yeah. You walk out of the cellar, and then they'll usually come off the jump seat and follow you up. And then you got to quietly walk up the steps with them behind you, and I'll go like, "You hungry? you want coffee or something? Or I'll be having some poison." But
no eye contact, huh?
I ate already. My balls.
But here's what I do: you got to warn them beforehand. Like, you do it subtly. You don't say, like, this might not be good. You go, like, yeah, I'm just working on some material.
Yes. Just working on stuff that's all A shit.
It's like if you're going to have sex and you're afraid you're going to lose your erection, I'll always go, like, yeah, I flew today. I took Dramamine, or I'm really tired. Just in case I can't stay hard. It's like I built in the excuse
jerked
beforehand.
Off 4 times before you came over. Could have an issue.
Yeah, but it's like you try to set it up beforehand, so... It's a bit, but it's embarrassing.
Oh man, it's gotta be.
Well, and I like that it's embarrassing because it makes you feel like at least you give a shit about. You're not delusional as to how it's going.
Yeah.
Well, now Twitter's helping us with the interview. Thanks, guys. This guy writes, "A night out with Kanye West. A must listen. It's hilarious."
Oh yes, it's a track from my first album.
All right, I'm gonna go check that out.
How did you guys meet?
He came to a show at Largo in Los Angeles.
I do, yeah.
He came to a show I did there.
Is he a nice guy? He comes across like he might not be a nice guy sometimes.
He's totally different than I think people's perception of him.
Yeah.
And he's totally aware of it. And he's super funny. Like, he's
Yeah.
a funny dude.
And then someone says there's a feud between your cousin and Kanye.
That was one of the bits in that last special.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, as a while ago, I don't remember the details.
Did you want to punch your cousin in the face for almost ruining your Kanye West relationship?
Did he almost ruin your friendship with Kanye?
No, it was a joke.
Oh, okay. Because there's nothing worse than when you have a famous friend and one of your friends is being confrontational. You're like, who'd you vote for? You're like, just shut up. Fucking
don't bring up politics, please.
Could you not do that? I love and hate bringing people to the cellar because, like, I love it because it's my home and I'm comfortable there. Mm-hmm. But it's just like whenever you walk in and you see certain people at the table, you're like, oh, this is going to get ugly fast. Why does Keith have to be here?
Oh, yeah.
It's the last person you want to see when you have a guest is fucking Keith Robinson with a glass of wine at the fucking table.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, no.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, hey, stupid. Could you not do that? It's the Vice President of the United States. Could you not call me that in front of him? You know he's just going to ruin it.
Of course.
But it is funny to me to talk to other comics about just eating our balls and guys that do. And I don't call it other guys who are doing the same material, but I just can't comprehend how that feels satisfying.
Yeah, I'm not like shitting on those guys or anything. It's just,
it's not your cup of tea. Huh?
Exactly. It's just
doing the same stuff. It's very hard, I guess, to do topical stuff and keep that. What type of material is it that people just do over and over again? Now, I will mention somebody. No, I mean, we all know Kevin.
Kevin Meaney?
Kevin Meaney will do this.
Oh, yeah, Kevin's been doing the act for a long time.
He's been doing great with the same act for 25, 30
Well, he's
years.
changed it up since he came out of the closet.
Has he?
A lot of people say that, but he did his We Are the World bit for, it had to be 10 years after the fact.
Yeah.
And but it killed every fucking time.
I know. Yeah.
I used to, when we were off, I was in L.A. a lot, and I was hanging out at the Comedy Store, and year after year, you'd see the same comics doing the exact same material, and to me, I'm thinking...
it just seems like there's no... I guess... Again, I'm not
more
like
in LA
shitting or
than New York, by the
criticizing,
way.
but it's just more. It's like, well, what is the point of that? Like, I just don't get I just don't get why you would why would you show up and do that for 20 minutes? Why not just go out and hang out or something? It's not like a ton of money you're making from a comedy club spot. Like,
my thought being, though, with the Comedy Store, a lot of comics are hoping to be discovered there. And I'm thinking, all right, you did this material last year. You were still in the same spot with your career doing the exact same material. Why wouldn't you try to mix it up just in case those people are in the audience and, you give them a different
or
look?
maybe that's not good enough. Why not try to
That's
improve?
what I mean. Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But you get people like, I remember like you would see like when I did open mics when I was starting out, you would see people do these bits that would just fail. And they would just keep doing them over and over.
God.
It's like, hey man, this is like kind of trial and error a little bit. That's an error.
That's oh wow.
That wasn't supposed to
It
happen.
almost fit,
That
though.
was perfect, yes.
Yeah,
Talking about
you
somebody
were talking
bombing and you hit the
about
crickets.
I was leaning over to take a picture of
avant-garde
Aziz for
use of
Twitter.
sound effects.
I know, no shit. My elbow's smarter than me.
But it is something more in LA, I think, but I think you're right. It's because of people afraid that, like, literally that's where television is, and you're afraid that you're going to be doing something new, and that's when the fucking guy from CBS is in the audience. But I don't think, does anybody really get discovered in clubs anymore? I mean,
No. People type people's name in YouTube and watch it. Oh, that guy's funny. Really?
Right.
Bum, 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 bum. Let me watch his stuff. Oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not funny.
Yeah, it's not 1983. People think that fucking, Johnny's people are going to walk in and go, you're a kid, come to L.A.
Rupert Pupkin.
Yeah, it happened.
I
Gave
mean-
a tape and then...
Yeah, anyone that's really gonna cast something big or whatever, they're not going to comedy clubs anymore.
But I wonder, Ope said something about Kevin Meaney coming out of the closet. I wonder if people who do the same thing over and over again
Are gay?
They're
yes.
all gay.
Do they adore penises? No, but is there something that they can't talk about that, like, almost to explore further comedically, might delve into that area? Like, almost like they're trapped in this little area. This is my time. This is what I do. Or is it that they smoke pot and that they're lazy? Or like, what is it? I don't fucking get it.
I guess it's like the thing that just puzzles me is like, I would like if you're like you got to say the same 10 minutes of stuff every night.
They
You
probably
can't change it. I would be like, I don't. There's no joy in that.
I would guess they probably sit down to write something new and just go, I need cock right now. I need cock.
Instead of a pen, they grab a penis.
Right. It's like, I was going to
Isolate
write, but
that.
fuck.
Isolate.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I guess
Anytime
it's like a
say
musician
anything
who
like
does like their like big hits, and like I was at something. It was like some fancy thing, and Sting was performing. And he gets up there and he just goes, every breath, and like everyone goes crazy. I guess he just doesn't get tired of that. Like everyone loves that song, and and then if you're a comedian, you're speaking at that event, it's like you gotta like come up with something brand new that's just as good as everything else you've ever done. Or else people are gonna be disappointed in you.
It really does stink for comics, and I complain about this all the time. It's the nature of the beast. Like, the bands can do the same shit forever. But if we do the same joke 2 tours in a row, people are like, oh, we should have known you were doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, dude, it's only been fucking 8 months.
Yeah.
It's not every breath you take.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
How good does it feel to have a fucking new hour, though? Like, when you got 1 hour busted out and done and taped, and now you're out on tour with another hour. It's just a great feeling.
It's great. I love touring. Like, touring and doing these theaters, it's the most fun. And to have like a new hour that I'm really excited about, it's good. I worked really hard to make this. I think this one's my strongest one, the one I'm going to tour.
You do?
Special's good too, but
Do you do a lot of? Do you do? Oh yeah. By the way, Aziz is promoting the special, Dangerously Delicious, for $5. AzizAnsari.com, and you don't have to have. The thing that's great about this is you don't have to have any certain dish network or cable or fucking any of that stuff. It's immediate. You don't have to wait for it to be on. You can just go to his site, down. Do you have to have like a shitload of bandwidth to pull this off? Like, how do you do this off a website?
I have one friend that knows a lot about the internet, and I was like, I'm going to give you this much money, handle everything.
Make it work.
Yeah,
Nice.
just and he's just like a smart guy, and then he's done a lot of stuff, so he did it. But yeah, it's been cool. I mean, it's cool to just have it direct. Like you feel a lot more connected with the people that like bought it. Like
Right.
whenever whenever you buy, there's a thing like, oh, if you like this, maybe tweet about it to tell your friends. And like I see all those ones. There's like, oh, hey, I just bought Aziz's special. You should check it out. And it's like, oh, when people do that, you're like, man, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're really appreciative. And like I never felt that way about like, oh, whatever other things. Like someone buying a Parks and Recreation DVD, obviously I appreciate that support, but this is a much more personal thing.
Because you created it from scratch. And it really is weird when you dream about being a comic or when you're a kid and you think, like, I want to do stand-up someday. And it just seems like this unattainable reality. And then when you stop and go, like, man, I really make my living fucking doing... And again, if I said this to Colin, he'd go, shut the fuck up, you maudlin idiot. And he'd be right to say that. But you really do once in a while go, like, fuck, man. Like, especially when you have something to look at and go, like, I did that, and it actually worked, and people buy it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to really bore everybody with it. Thanks, Jim. Fucking behind the
Digging in deep into
sentimental
your
moments, exactly. I should just make a Hallmark card and then hang myself. Fucking zero. Again, I'm just anytime I say something nice like that, I'm just trying to not delve into tranny talk, which is where I really want to go.
Getting back to the material thing, Joe in Virginia, I don't know if this is true. He said he saw Seinfeld twice in 10 years, same material.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, unless it was one joke. Seinfeld did the same act for a while, though, because he retired his act.
There's a documentary comedian about him writing the new hour.
Right, and retiring it. But he had been doing Seinfeld for all those years. It was like, it's hard to put together a new hour when you're on probably the second biggest show in the history of fucking television.
In every scene, like running everything. Like I'm able to do stand-up while I do Parks and Recreation, but that's like an ensemble thing. And like, if I was doing the same workload as like Amy Poehler, I would not be able to do any stand-up, I don't think.
And I don't think it's as bad if Seinfeld does it, because a lot of his stuff is timeless, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
not really topical.
Not topical at all, I would assume. I haven't seen him in years, but
he comes into the cellar and he'll bomb. Like, and he likes to go on and have stuff not get laughs. Like, he wants the laughs.
He's a billionaire. When you're a billionaire, I think you might accept things differently.
Dude, when you're up there and you fucking say into the mic something and it gets a zero.
Doesn't matter how much, how big your bank account is.
No, no. You're like, God, they see through the money. They see through everything. They know.
They know I'm a fraud.
You don't think of your successes when something's not working. You just think of in the moment, low fucking comedian
That's
stuff.
it. It's over. I'm done.
I mean, when you go on stage, people are pretty much like, prove yourself.
Right.
Even if they're like going crazy, they recognize you or whatever, like, that euphoria lasts for like, I don't know if euphoria is the right word, but you know what I mean? Like that excitement lasts for a couple of minutes, and then you really you're just a person saying words, and they have to get a response.
Well, you can't be afraid of not getting laughs either. Like, that's why I think another reason guys don't do the same shit, because if you're afraid you're not going to get laughs, it's like, take the risk. It's a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah. Someone was like, "Oh, I've seen you do sets, and you always do really well." And it's like, well, that's bad, because that means I'm not taking enough risks and stretching out enough to go into zones maybe I'm not comfortable in. That was somebody once told me that, just like a generic piece of advice. It's like, oh, be really comfortable in silence.
Yeah.
Because once, you watch like Attell, like he doesn't look phased at all. Like I still I can't help but get phased a little bit. Like you watch him bomb, like he just doesn't. You just can tell it doesn't affect him at all. He's so above it. It's so cool to see.
I can tell when Attell is uncomfortable. It's not because of he'll go. Attell will say this thing. Yeah, and I've noticed him do it very few times. But he'll say something like, "Do you know what I'm saying?" Or he'll say something like that,
really?
like, or do you know what I'm saying? Like. And to me, that's Attell being slightly rigorous in the moment, because it's rare that he does that. And sometimes he'll just do it because he's trying to structure something or whatever. But I'm like, oh, that's a weird, like a little thing. Because I've seen him go up there and alienate everybody, and he could.
Oh yeah,
he's more comfortable than I am in my living room.
Yeah, he's so happy, and
every time I watch Attell, he makes me laugh. It's like literally every fucking time.
Yeah, how many years has that guy done it?
I would say he's probably a 25-year veteran, 24.
Wow.
I don't even like watching him anymore. We're touring together, and June 9th, me, him, Artie Lang, Nick DiPaolo, Foxwoods. But I can't watch because it's depressing. He's so fucking funny. It depresses me to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's the guy you watch, and he's like constantly coming up with new great stuff, and he's been doing it like.
Does he wing it sometimes on stage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's brave.
And it's fucking. But
how many guys do that?
And it's not formulaic. Like the formula he uses, Dave makes it look really easy because it's so random. Some of it,
right.
But it's like whatever his formula or style is, it is absolutely original and unique to him. And it's just for some reason, it's always something that you don't think of. And it fucking makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
I hope his lips fall off.
Yeah, it's like he just comes up with these amazing specifics that are, they say this thing, it's like, oh, you use like your third idea. Because like the first idea is the one everyone would think of. The second one is your kind of thing. And the third one is the one that's really unexpected and that'll make people laugh. And with him, it's like, it seems like it's like he's able to get to like the 56th idea or something. Because it's so like out there. You're like, what?
Yeah, I never heard that though, but it's a good idea. Use your third, because I always think like if you like, I didn't tweet this, the Dick Cheney heart thing. The first thing I thought of was, well, he never had a heart, so I didn't tweet. So I'm like, it's probably. And I'm glad I didn't.
Everybody was going with that one, right?
Yeah.
Do you know this comic Joe Mandy? Do you know him? He's a young comic. He has this bit where he was doing a show. And it was like a college show, and then the kid said something like that was running the show was like, oh, like don't say the N-word or don't say some like really awful shit, and he was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh shit!
And then he was like, that would be like if I had a plumber come to my house and I was like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you not eat my dog's pussy out? And I was like, wow, that's an amazing specific. Because that's like, when are you gonna get to that? If you're like playing a Mad Lib, like when are you gonna get to eat my dog's pussy out? Maybe laugh so hard.
And it's also true. It's like the ridiculous examples they'll give you to not. Do you do colleges? I do maybe one a year. I'm not in big demand with the college students.
I do colleges, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. They're good.
I've always been nervous at colleges for some reason. Maybe because I dropped out of high school. I don't recognize any of the curriculum.
Sometimes they're a little tight with some of the darker stuff, but if you push through it, they'll eventually be fine. And as long as you kind of, walk them to the edge, if you will, as far as, starting off with less darker stuff and then getting darker.
It is weird, right? To have to hold their hand and kind of bring them and go, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But you got to do, I mean, you kind of forget, like, me, I like you, we do the Cellar all the time, and they're like, that crowd is really up for some really dark blue stuff. And you get kind of desensitized. Like, I was doing, some really dark stuff, and then I did some random private event where there was a lot of like older people, and I was like, oh, they'll be on board with this shit. This stuff kills. It's so funny. It doesn't matter how dark it is. It's just like it's just like works on a better level, and they're like very uncomfortable with it. And I was like,
oh man,
I got to remember, not everyone is New York City Comedy Cellar audience.
Was it a corporate gig?
I don't. It was some sort of corporate private thing. Yeah,
those are hard, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 60 like people, that banded together and had this company, real estate company or something. I don't know.
Oh, those are the worst. The money is great, but it's so personal. It's like literally you feel like you're bothering people while they eat.
Yeah. God, they were sitting there finishing, and it honestly feels, it's not like Dance Monkey Dance, but it's a little bit like, yes, we brought you here, entertain us. Yes, it's not like, oh, I'm excited to see you, I bought a ticket to the show. It's not that vibe at all.
Jester.
Yeah.
And the worst is when they want you to do a lot of time, because you always go, well, how much time do you want? And it's like, if they're like, well, could you do an hour and 20? Yeah. But if they're like, look, we got a bunch of stuff. Can you do 8? Yes, I'm happy to do 8. Happy to do 8 minutes.
Yeah.
People think they're punishing us when we do short sets at those things. Like, you can't fucking get on stage
I'm really
fast enough.
sorry, but we can only use you for like 8 minutes. Could it? Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I really
do
wanted
it
to.
and get out of here.
I'll make it work, I guess.
I'm always terrified at those things. Like, it's a validation. Like, for some reason, I think that those things are validating that I'm awful. Like, I'm always waiting to be exposed as being a terrible comedian.
Oh, Jimmy.
Well, I'm just saying,
those things are, it's different because if you do a show, it's people that like you and they're coming and they're going to be on your side. This is like you're kind of thrown out there to people that may not know you or care or be
shoving something in his face and he goes, oh, there's a comedian?
Yeah.
And turns around like, oh, God, he didn't even know. It doesn't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you're kind of just put out there, comedian, person that'll say things that make you laugh. That's it. There's nothing like, oh, it's this guy from this thing or whatever. It's like, we got a comedian.
It's
almost like a clown
comedian.
or a juggler.
Right.
You know, and it's like, they're like,
God.
this guy, I'm going to watch him juggle. Let's see if he's a good juggler.
Yeah, and it's almost like they're hiring you, like, we're going to eat dinner, and then we'd like you to draw this emotion from us. 'Cause that is what comedy is. It's a weird thing where you know, not to floss, but it's like people are going there just to have this thing pulled out of them.
All
Like
right,
they-
Socrates.
but no, you know, oh, you know,
Settlement moments with Jim Norton.
but it's like it's a weird psychology. Like I don't understand.
Yeah,
what
it is. It is odd. It's like, okay, there, now make us feel something.
Yeah. Well, couldn't it be another emotion? Like you cry. You have to just go there and just say horrible things.
That'd be interesting. The
Yeah.
whole audience just crying.
really sad
He's
stories.
fantastic. He was so good.
No, I'm not a good sad storyteller either. I think I'm gonna have like a moment and it's just like, ugh, shut up.
Oh no! Do you revert back to young Jimmy, where you're just with your boombox and your fucking? What song would you used to play on?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of does. Aziz needs to know.
Iron Man?
Iron Man, yeah.
Wait, what? You
Nah, just walking by a girl's house, wanting the certain lyrics to play at the certain time, so she, just
It
a
happens.
complete douchebag. Just a complete zero.
I think that movie ripped you off.
Which one?
Oh yeah, the one with the
What?
Talking about the John Cusack?
Yeah,
John
John
Cusack.
Cusack, of course.
No, I never saw that. Thank God.
What was the song? In Your Eyes?
Say Anything.
Say Anything. Thank
Movie,
you.
yeah.
They ripped you off, Jimmy.
But
which lyrics did you want her to hear, by the way?
I honestly don't remember. I mean, this is.
I would
I'm
love
trying to think
know.
of which lyrics
Going back
in
6
Iron
months.
Man.
I know.
I don't really know. It's just the beat of it. I
think
made
you
me-
know.
I really
You don't-
don't.
you don't wanna tell
No,
us?
it's. I mean, I'm.
You know that
It's
song
one
like
of
the
these
back
things
of
where you're
your
gonna
hand.
pretend like you takes a minute to find it, and then boom.
Probably the opening where he goes, "I am Iron Man." Okay, I thought that was powerful and cool.
Oh, it's like,
I was
ooh,
drunk.
Look, Iron Man's walking by.
Oh, look, there's a man of steel. He's walking down the sidewalk. That was
The
such a.
Iron Man is back again. He doesn't know I love this song.
That was the
too.
girl I used to write love letters to, but anonymously. It was really creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
Secret admirer.
She came to the Stress Factory recently, like maybe 3 years ago, and she brought me a love letter I had written her. She had it saved. I read it on the show.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, God, it was so douchey.
Yeah, it was like anonymous. If you want to know who I am, wear a scarf the next.
Oh, it's like I know who you are. Hang yourself with a scarf.
All right, well, good. Aziz Ansari, dangerously delicious. It's available $5 on his website. And again, you guys are setting a standard here, which I really like for comedians because
Yeah, that's great.
you don't have to deal with standards and practices for the network.
That's that and the no commercials. It's that's another reason I really wanted to do it, and international, like
Oh,
those
right.
three things. Like I was in England last year, and people were like, "Oh, we can't get your special here," and I was in India over the Christmas break, and kids there they torrent every TV show.
Oh man.
And they love watching it because now there's all these lags between how things air here and then internationally. But with the internet, people know what's airing
Right.
and they want to keep up. But the people are too stupid to give them a way to do it easily and legally, so they torrent it. And then with this, it's like, oh, if you're anywhere, you can get it. Like I don't need to release it 3 months later to people in Germany or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
the
just
release
get
date
it.
for Europe is the
It
same
makes no
fucking day.
sense.
Come on.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Dummy.
And then the commercials and everything. You see a special on TV, and they're editing 20 minutes out of it.
Yeah, 42 minutes for
Yeah.
the hour, right?
And and it's cut in weird spots, and this it's like you can put it out, and it's the same experience as going to see an hour of stand up at a concert.
How long does it take to download normally? I mean, is it a have you figured out how to make it where it's a pretty easy thing to download?
It's easy to download, or you can stream it like Netflix, and use either way. So you can either stream it or download it, or both.
But if you download it, you can keep it.
If you download it, you can keep it and burn it and put it on your iPad or
Yeah, the
iPod. or
download
whatever.
doesn't take
Yeah.
nothing
It's
for an hour.
so smart to do that, and it's like again, the guys who are doing it now. Eventually, that market will open up for guys who have less of a following. But it's fucking for international. It's phenomenal.
I mean, the only barrier to entry right now is everyone said this in all the interviews and stuff I've done is you have to have a certain amount of following. Me and Louis have a big following already, but the big thing is to shoot one of those specials and pay for yourself, it is really expensive.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking is if someone did it with a CD, I could still do the same thing, and a CD costs a couple $1,000s to produce. It's much less cheaper than a video special. To shoot that really well and stuff, it can be you can spend as much as $250,000 and setting up the website and all that shit. It's expensive. But if you just did a CD, I bet you could have a smaller following and you could still be able to get.
Did you have to tweak your site to get that much stuff on it? Like, did your friend have to go back and in the back and do like a whole bunch of stuff to it?
Yeah, he had to make the site work, and it's technical stuff I didn't want to have to deal with. So like I said, I just gave him a check and was like, I'm going to trust you can take care of all this and everything will work fine. But, and I was involved in like all the language and stuff, and made sure it sounded right and didn't sound like a
It'd be hilarious if he came back and said, here you go. And it's like all those 1990s animated. It
could have been horrible.
Those rotating police beacons next to a horrible banner of your name.
That actually would be really funny if it did look like that.
Bouncing Aziz across. Hello. Like a fucking $300 website.
There you go.
First guy that you have 2 downloads, it crashes. But no, I think if I rebooted every second download, it'd be kind of keep you in touch with who's. Did you have a mailing list, an email list?
Yeah, I have one, but it's really everyone just checks Twitter and stuff.
They do, right?
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like mailing. Like if you buy the special, there's a thing to sign up for the mailing list.
What do you think the next step after Twitter is? Because that's what I kind of wonder. Because now that I'm doing okay on Twitter, I know it'll go away.
I don't know. I thought the same thing. It is really helpful.
I think Twitter's just going to continue to develop. Yeah, it's going to be around.
I hope so. Good because you can be funny on it, and you can also be like, oh, by the way, I'm going to be in Kansas.
Right.
And people in Kansas will be like, cool, I'll come. And and it's crazy to have that kind of direct link to people that like your stuff. And a mailing list, I feel like you're just annoying people always. Because you can't email them anything of worth. And then also email them like a plug for something. With Twitter, you can give people something they actually enjoy, and then also be like, "Oh, by the way,
sneak a plug
I have
in
a
there.
special out." Yeah,
there is a fine line with some people as far as plugging goes, and giving people, some funny shit about the news or whatever's going on in their life. Like I like that. I've followed a few people, and after a couple of weeks, you realize all I'm getting are plugs as to where this person's going to be, and it's like, it's not.
I
Why
try
do
to be sensitive to that stuff, especially with the special. I've been like, I don't want to like fucking blast it in people's faces, but at the same time, it's like, well, I did like spend a lot of money. I mean, I gotta get it back, man.
You have to, which is fine, but as long as you're giving people, a couple of chuckles.
Put a joke with it. Like 2 Jews walk into a bar, they bought my special. And fucking slam people.
There we go.
Yeah, sometimes you put.
I tricked you.
See, you thought you were about to laugh, but you were being sold.
Oh, Jimmy.
I guess we're done for the day. We all get to leave.
Yeah, man.
Yay!
Aziz finally made it in here. Very happy, Aziz.
So fun, man. Thanks so much for having me down.
And go to Aziz's site to get his his dates and his special, AzizAnsari.com. We're on Twitter, the same, his name on Twitter.
Exactly. And then Park's coming back on the 19th of April.
Yep.
Great show on NBC.
Thanks so much.
And I will be at Caroline's Thursday through Sunday. Saturday is sold out, so Thursday, Friday, and Sunday are available. So if you want to come, please, I'm begging, come.
I want to go.
All right.
What if I want to go on the sold out day?
Be happy to sell you a few tickets. I'd love to sell you tickets. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.